92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
It's a hot afternoon, and you're listening to the news. And now, you're hot under the collar, too. I'm Matt from Island Air. When you choose an AC contractor, you're entrusting that company with the air that you and your family breathe. A healthy unit means a healthier household. Island Air has a long history in Southwest Florida and hundreds of customer reviews that you can see on our website at islandairfl.com, where you will see the Island Air difference. Want to try us out? Our $99 System Saver one-time maintenance is guaranteed. If your AC breaks within 6 months of the maintenance, we will credit the payment towards any repair. Island Air also offers free second opinions. Let us review your quote for any service, replacement, or repair for your peace of mind.
IslandAirFL.com. That's IslandAirefL.com. IslandAirefL.com or call 239-645-4668. That's 239-645-4668. License number CAC 057544.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. Now that our economy is reopened, and to help the community, we've decided to offer a safe $29 AC maintenance. All Pure Air employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your and their protection. Find us online at getpureair.com to schedule your safe $29 AC maintenance. Join me every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
I'm a salesman. I've pounded the pavement 35 years, literally. My legs ached, my feet hurt. It was just sometimes unbearable. I'm 71 years old and I don't plan on quitting anytime soon. But if you don't have a good attitude when you're in sales, it shows on your face. And you can't do that if your feet are aching all the time. I heard an advertisement on the radio for the Good Feet store, and I said, what can I lose?
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Val enjoy their work again without letting their feet get in the way.
I walked in the Good Feet store and I said, my feet hurt. And they said, well, let's see if we can do something about that. What a difference with these arch supports. After about 3 weeks of wearing them, there was just no pain. When I go and talk to my customers, I've got a smile on my face. I can go all day long, and then some. It's the real deal. I'm a salesman, and you can't fool a salesman. My name's Val, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
The border is closed. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what the head of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, is telling Fox.
We are encouraging families not to send their children.
With facilities housing those kids filling up, he says most adults are not allowed in.
Fox has learned that border agents in the Rio Grande Valley, that's in South Texas, that they are processing some asylum seekers, then releasing them into the country without even setting a court date for them to appear. Officials say it's the latest sign that the Border Patrol is simply overwhelmed.
Fox's Mark Meredith. Fresh off tense talks last week with Chinese officials in Alaska, the Secretary of State is headed to Europe today. Fox's Simon Owens live in London.
Dave, it's Anthony Blinken's first visit to Europe as Secretary of State. He's travelling to Brussels for talks with fellow foreign ministers in the NATO military alliance. Blinken's trip comes after Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin made an unannounced visit to Afghanistan yesterday.
It's obvious that the level of violence remains pretty high in the country. We'd really like to see that violence come down.
President Biden is considering a deadline set down by President Trump to withdraw U.S. forces from Afghanistan by May 1st. Dave?
Simon, we have an update on a coronavirus vaccine approved in over 50 countries, but not here yet. AstraZeneca's as its study in the U.S. shows it's 79% effective against COVID, but 100% effective preventing severe cases and hospitalizations. In Miami Beach, Florida.
There's a curfew in effect from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m.
And that weekend curfew's been extended through April 12th after huge crowds were on the streets again last night.
The hordes of spring breakers have caused havoc with fistfights breaking out and then property being destroyed. Police were forced to use pepper pellets to break up the crowds over the weekend.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. More upsets in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. 15th seed Oral Roberts beat Florida after Loyola Chicago knocked out top seed Illinois. There are 8 more games today. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News traffic.
Good Monday morning. A couple crashes in Southwest Florida. If you're in Collier, there's a crash on 951. at 20th Place Southwest, with reports saying southbound lanes blocked heading to Golden Gate Parkway. A nearby alternate is Sunshine Boulevard and still up to speed. Also a crash at the intersection of Old 41 and West Terry. Now this is delaying traffic heading north of Bonita Beach Road. To avoid this, I would just stick to Imperial Parkway or US 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We have another day with temperatures in the 70s this afternoon, but that comes with the opportunity for cloud cover off and on for much of our morning until we do get some peaks of sunshine by the second half of your day. Now, the clouds begin to clear out as early as tomorrow as we really notice a significant warming trend as we could see our first 90-degree day by later on this week with no rain in our local forecast. I'm Wake News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed. Mornings with Drew Steele. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
True relief for back and neck pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, every day I talk with patients that for so many years just suffered with back or neck pain. Many just assuming that it was normal or something they had to live with. They'd tried injections, epidurals, or even surgery with no success, always looking for a chair to relieve pain or always dreading pain while sleeping or getting out of bed. It's time to treat the root of the problem. Please don't think there are no other options. You can overcome problems from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, bulging degenerative discs, or scoliosis. Non-surgical spinal decompression can change your life. Think of how much happier you'd be without pain. This Medicare-friendly treatment combines science and technology to offer a state-of-the-art, non-surgical procedure that is remarkably effective. We always offer a free telephone consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate for spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, we're here for you. Call 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau here, owner of D.R. Martineau Roofing of Southwest Florida. I've been repairing and replacing roofs for 27 years. We operate with integrity, knowledge, and service. Google DRM Roofing or call 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
When it comes to protecting our family from COVID, my wife and I are on it.
Yeah, and our son loves the outdoors, which is great for all of us.
So we're experts at things like social distancing in the park.
And you won't see us hanging out indoors with our friends.
But now there are new forms of the virus, and they're spreading quickly. So we started wondering, are we doing enough?
Turns out, we are.
Hey, look, as long as your mask fits well, it still helps protect against the new forms of the virus, too.
Yeah. Giving people at least 6 feet of space, that still works.
And avoiding crowds cuts our risk of exposure even more. We'll get vaccinated when it's our turn, but now's not the time to let our guard down.
Not even a bit. It's how we're helping protect our family. And yours too.
We can do this. Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Remember, customize and save with Liberty Mutual Insurance Company. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. It is a Monday, and you know what that means. A brand new week. We're ready to go. I think the kids are going to be back in school. Spring break for many is over and back to it. Except if you're in Miami, then maybe you're not going to have any kind of spring break. Man, if you had a chance to see any of the video, and I have, and maybe you know people that live in Miami in some of these areas where spring break has been crazy, and I do, and maybe you've been listening to some of the news reports out of Miami, and I know people who have been specifically because that's where they live. Boy, it is interesting how the narrative has been that there had to be a curfew on Miami Beach and in Miami because of the spring breakers due to COVID, which is quite the opposite of what I'm hearing. And if you're there locally and you know some of the people that are there on the streets, it isn't because of COVID, everybody. There's a whole other reason. But, you know, you run with the narrative that's out there. because there's always going to be one. The media, the fake news legacy media is always going to have a place that they want to go that really isn't the truth because, it's not about the truth. It's about their truth. And we'll get into that coming up in just a second. Hey, who's excited about March Madness? You all are excited about March Madness? Maybe you've been following, right? Jake has been following some of those games. Jake, how you been doing? You've been following some of the March Madness games at all, or?
No.
No. Okay. So maybe you're somebody that's look. We've come back. There was a time when we were worried about sports and we were concerned about things like national anthems and everything else. And slowly we've been reassured and we're coming back to the sport and March Madness, and the college kids don't do anything like that. So we're back and people have been excited about watching basketball, little college basketball, with no concern about anything that has to do with politics. And it's been so refreshing that... Oh, wait, this just in. Yeah, the entire Georgetown men's basketball team and the coach kneeled for the national anthem. And then after that, they lost the game against Colorado on Saturday. Yeah, so never mind. We're done. Okay, got it. Yeah, so for those of you that were saying things like, in the college game, I like watching the college game because they don't get into the whole politics and kneeling for the national anthem and the lies of Black Lives Matter and the Marxists of Black Lives Matter and certain issues of kneeling and why they're doing it. And listen, they want to express themselves. I'll tell you what, I don't know what to tell you. There are some people that were like, it was like The Godfather, just when I thought I was getting out, they sucked me back in, but the opposite, which was just when I thought I would get back in, they pushed me out. Politically. And maybe some of you don't care about that. 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com is the website if you want to watch. Steele has 3 E's. And here we are on a Monday morning. Good to see everybody who's joining us on our usual. We have like this little morning team. Everybody knows if you watch at DrewSteele.com this early, we've got our own little morning club. There they are. Everybody, I see them all popping up in the comments and reaction section. So we like to talk off the air. It's one of the benefits of watching at DrewSteele.com at the website. If you go there, you get the chance to comment and listen, and off the air while some things are running, we can talk back and forth to each other. So it's kind of cool. All right, so we'll get to that. Does it even matter? Do you even care anymore? The kneeling that's going on during the national anthem. Are you just expecting that's going to happen? And look, what's the big deal? They want to express themselves. This is how they express themselves and the way they feel about the country and the way they feel about police and the way they feel about fill in the blank. And this is their place to do it. And if they want to do it, then let them do it. I love basketball. I love sports. I love it too much to let it go because we have players who are trying to make a statement. And I'm past it. Maybe that's you. I don't know. 239-479-5592. But for those people that said, oh, the college game, they don't deal with all the politics. Yep, they do. They do. So I think it was, Georgetown actually has been making a lot of headlines lately. They gave money, right? They gave a sizable sum to a fund dedicated to racial reparations. $1 million in funding to a Catholic order that pledged to raise money for racial reparations. So it's not like they haven't been in the news, but maybe you're just, you're okay. It's fine. We're moving on. And so I just want to watch my sports. All right. If you want to call or text, 239-479-5592. And then what I wanted to get into, we'll get more into those issues coming up in just a minute. But one of the things I wanted to hit on right away this morning is, look, the media has figured out that the border crisis is Biden's and Biden's alone because there are way too many things that the Biden administration is doing now to a media that says, hold on a second, you're not allowed to do this with us. We're on your side. You're on our side. Socialists, progressives, Democrats, the media, we're all the same. We're in the same club. We've got this fun club that we're all in together, and you're messing us up here. Why are you doing this? I thought we were all friends. So is that what's happening? Is the media realizing now that the crisis is absolutely positively Joe Biden's crisis along the border? It is a crisis that is happening right now. And for some reason, they're not giving us, the elites, the ones that know better than you, the journalists that are out there. I can't even use the word. It doesn't even exist. The media that we're all buddies. What happened? Why is it that you're not giving us access to the border and border patrol and we're able to do ride-alongs? And why are we not doing all of this? What's going on? Well, that is an interesting topic, is it not? Why is all of a sudden the media waking up to this fact? Like, why is the Biden administration moving full steam ahead with policies that clearly the American people didn't sign up for along the border, that even the media now is saying, you're creating a crisis. What are you doing? And then you're not allowing us to talk about it and find out more about it. You're hiding the truth from us. There's more to this story, right? Yeah, there is. And we're going to get to that coming up. Bill Maher had on his program, it was who was it? It was David Shore, right? David Shore. David Shore worked on the 2012 Obama presidential campaign, and he's got this new website, Open Labs, it's like a progressive nonprofit. And even he has been noticing some things about what is happening in the country. And I even read an article last week about some of the comments that he made about Democrats and Democrat policies and what they have been doing, some of the mistakes that Democrats have been making. Remember, we talked about, and if you revisit the show from last week, and I want to say it was Wednesday's show, about David Shore even talking about how, be careful, Democrats, because something's going on here. The numbers don't lie. He's a data scientist. And he's got this data science website, pulling numbers, pulling data, that's showing specifically that Democrats are losing what has officially been known in their own words, not necessarily the way it's been with families and communities, but in the Democrats' official words, their base, the working class. That people are starting to realize more and more that Democrats are siding with big tech and are not siding, with the little guy. Joe Biden's, it's a lunch bucket Joe. Joe wouldn't even know a lunch bucket if it hit him in the head. But to be honest with you, I'm not sure if he'd notice anything at this point that would hit him in the head. It's
not a joke.
Not a joke, especially after the what probably everybody has a chance to see either as a meme or in reality of Joe Biden officially now embarrassing the United States of America, trying to get on Air Force One and tripping up stairs, and how what a mess that was, and how you can't unsee that. Am I right? You can't unsee Joe Biden tripping upstairs, going to Air Force One and climbing the stairs and tripping up the stairs, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and actually falling on the staircase. You can't unsee that. It's one of those things that is going to be there now. And every time he walks up or down staircases, everybody's going to be holding their breath, not knowing what's going to happen, right? It's true. So David Shore is on with Bill Maher. And as he was talking last week, and others have been talking about Democrats losing the blue-collar workers to Republicans because they're starting to see that Democrats are not on their side. They understand who they side with. This was an interesting conversation that not only had to do with that, but it had to do with the border crisis and what's going on along the border and who people trust. Who do you trust? Do you trust the American people? Do you trust your freedoms and liberties? Do you trust the fact that the American people now see what has been a virus that has taken their livelihood, that has taken their freedoms away, that is 99.7% not deadly? A virus that 99.7% of the time does not take your life? We certainly know the ones that are vulnerable, and we're not downplaying any of the deaths, and we're not downplaying the seriousness to certain individuals. But when the American people see this, that they are starting to exercise their rights, their freedoms, and their liberties to say enough with the masks, enough with this lockdown nonsense. We're not going to destroy the economy or the country because of this, and you can't keep doing this. That do you side with the American people, or do you think that bigger government is better government and the only way to be successful is through government? And I want you to listen to this conversation because it's important, especially what's going on with the border and especially what's happening with the Democrat Party. Now, listen, I hope I've set this up. So you have HBO host Bill Maher, who, don't get carried away, every once in a while will say something that you'll say, oh, well, that was very conservative sounding, or boy, that sounds like somebody who's making look, he's a big lib. He's always going to be one. He's going to make it sound like he's a traditional liberal, but he's not. So he said that we're, quote, entering an era of resegregation that's coming from the left. Like the left is doing this. You're resegregating. Now, that's the big headline in this story. But before we get to that portion, I want to play the portion before. When Bill Maher and David Shore are talking about Democrats, they're talking about liberals and what they believe. And this is so important and critical. Listen to this conversation.
The median voter doesn't share our values. Our values are weird and alien. If they had our values, they would be liberals. The only way Democrats historically won elections was by, talking about concrete issues that people agreed with us on. It's how Bill Clinton won. It's how, Barack Obama won. And
now we stop there. So David Shore, who worked for Barack Obama in 2012 in his presidential re-election campaign, and who now has a website, Open Labs, that checks science and data to see what's going on with individuals, people, liberals, policy, to make policy out of this, is admitting that most people don't believe in liberal policies. When they hear about it, they don't agree with it. Most Americans, right? But they do want to go to those times and those policies of Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. And so Bill Maher is like...
I think that was one of Joe Biden's strengths. But
what are these values you think the average voter doesn't share?
Yeah, what are these values that the average voter does not share? Does not share?
Well, just to go back to the polling thing, like social trust is a big one. Liberals actually trust government. They trust society. They really believe in positive sum change, and the...
Can we just stop there? What does the average person the average person believe? And he says that liberals believe in what, everybody? Believe in government, big government. That government can make the difference, that government can make the change that people are looking for. They believe in government.
And the potential for positive sum interaction, but also, racial resentment, attitudes toward gender, what kind of societies people want to live in, what kind of neighborhoods people want to live in. Liberals like to live in exciting, tightly packed cities. From a personality perspective, scientists like to study this 5-factor personality model. Openness to new experiences, useful word to know, is just this idea of how people respond to novel stimuli.
Okay, so basically what he's saying is, if you're trying to understand, he's saying that if you're a conservative or anybody else that's not a liberal, pretty much you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're somebody who doesn't like new experiences. You know what new experiences mean, right? Things that happen in these big major cities that are packed in where you have all of this diversity going on. And listen, the rest of the country that are not liberals and the majority of the country, you don't get all of that because, well, you know why and you know the answer. And I just explained what it is. It's true.
And, it's highly correlated with liberalism. Some people, when they see something new and exciting, there's like a new ethnic restaurant or something, they get really excited and energized.
Okay, see? Some people, when they see a new ethnic restaurant, they get excited, they get energized. The rest of you are just racist. You see the name, you don't recognize the name of that restaurant on the wall, or it seems foreign. See what I did there? It seems foreign. Yeah, and you're out. And that's it. You're just not going to do it because, you're an IST or an OBIA or OBIC or, how it goes. But again, isn't that an important aspect to all of this? David Shore, President Barack Obama's 2012 campaign director, or worked on the 2012 campaign, and head of a data science and progressive nonprofit, is saying that liberalism, that liberals, the values of liberals is not nationwide. It is not the majority of Americans. And that these people need to talk more about and need to focus more on themselves, which is the people that believe that everybody else, if you don't believe like we believe, is an Ister and Obia. That you're the problem. And you just don't get it. And you're not accepting of others, which is ridiculous on the face. But he also talks about how big government is the way to go. Government is how you make changes in the country. You got to trust them. You got to trust big government. That's where you have to go. Really. And isn't it interesting that he says that on the heels of what we find out this weekend? CNN.
Well, the Biden administration has promised its executive branch would be committed to transparency and accountability. But when it comes to the historic surge of migrants we are seeing at the southern border, Biden has come up short on that promise so far.
Really? Huh. You mean the big, honest, good government, the one that takes care of us, that gives us a giant, big, fat, wet, oily, nasty hug? I was trying to think of the most nasty things I could think of if somebody were to hug me, if they were like oils and sweat and... Yeah, wait, that same government, they're not being transparent? Really? That was CNN, ABC, and Martha Raddatz. She had some questions as well to DHS Secretary Mayorkas over the weekend.
Mr. Secretary, I want to stop you there, and I want to know, if you've got this great plan, why will you not let the media in? I understand privacy concerns, but will you let them in today or this week?
Yeah, why are you not letting the media in? Why can't we come in and see what's going on? If everything is so good, it's transparent, you've got it all under control, you have this under control, then why can't we be a part of your party? So let me get this straight. Bill Maher, on his program on HBO, has David Shore on, who is a data scientist, progressive, worked for Barack Obama, talked about how liberals, listen, the whole country doesn't believe in liberals the way, our liberalism. And we just have to talk about it more and let people know that pretty much if you don't agree with us, then you're a racist and a homophobe and go on and a bigot, and you can just fill in the blank. You're the problem. You see a new restaurant in town, a new ethnic restaurant. Oh, you don't want to go near that because you don't like those people because that's who you are. That's what he said, basically. That you just got to trust government because it's government that can make the change. Like Michael Jackson said, make that change. Every time I say that, nobody has any clue what I'm talking about. But anyway. So it's only government that can save us. And yet now we have a media that's like, well, wait a minute. This government that we talk about that we love, that as long as it's not Donald Trump, as long as it's not that guy, as long as it's a Democrat, and Democrats are running the show, then we're on your side. Come on, we're together on this. So why can't we see what's going on along the border? Why can't we hear more about exactly what's happening with the numbers? Why can't we visit these facilities to see what's going on ourselves? Why can't we find out if COVID positive minors, illegal minors coming into this country have been let back into the country or have been taken in, tested? We found out they're COVID positive and off you go into the country. We're just going to let you go in. Why are you doing this to us? We love you. We're trying to help you out, and you're not being very helpful. Is there something else going on here? Maybe there is. Maybe there is. So when we come back, we'll talk about that maybe there is. Give you some more audio on ABC, who is beside themselves this weekend. We can't believe what's going on here, as if nobody has noticed this before. But, now they've perked up and taken notice. Why? What's different? 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Hey, Alexa, play 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox News business report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2000.
All right, it's my morning club, the morning crew. Happy Monday, morning crew. Just want to say good morning, everybody's here. Good morning, Benjamin. Oh, wait. Oh, man. This whole time why didn't anybody say that my logo wasn't up there this whole time? You guys, come on now. I need a little help. And let me see if I can move this stuff around. Hold on. Does that fit better? Yeah, I like that better. Okay. Good morning, Benjamin. Gatorlynn's always here. Good morning, Gatorlynn. Good morning, Jane. Good to see you. Jane, did you put your, is that new? You put your, I don't remember seeing a picture of you there before. Looking good. Looking good. Eric D. Good morning, Eric D. Yeah, your Gators had a really rough night. Sorry about that. Not good. Not good. That's right. Wait. Yeah, they pulled me. Yeah. Well, when I said suck me back in, yeah, you're right. It's pull me back in. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in, right? Isn't that what it is, Gary? Thanks. Well, no, I mean, you're right. I don't mean that in a bad way. You're right. All right, Ken, good morning. Smiley and the Twins, former Wildcats. Good to see you there. Yep. Oh, all right. Hey, thank you. Jane is saying this is flattering to my silhouette. Is it? Okay, thank you. Is it this? Is it the hoodie? Yeah, I'm wearing a hoodie with a sport coat, in case anybody's wondering. I rock a hoodie with a sport coat. It's what I do. And I'm pulling up the sleeves because I can't stand, I'm not big on suit sleeves. I always feel like, hey, why can't we just, somebody said I look, was it Jake? Was it you that said every time I pull my suit sleeves up when I wear, because my style is a suit, is a blazer and a t-shirt or a blazer and a hoodie, like that's my style. Was it you that made fun of me that I always pull up my sleeves and somebody said it's very Miami Vice? Was that you? You don't even know what Miami Vice is, right? No. You don't know Miami Vice?
No, I only know that Miami people, they go on the streets.
Yeah, no, not the Miami's going on the streets and destroying the place. No, but look at Miami Vice and you'll see that in all the Miami Vice they got the sport coats with the sleeves pulled up. I think that's cool. I like that. Wait, say it again?
I played Vice City as a kid.
You played Vice City? I don't know what Vice City is. Is that a video game that's based on Miami Vice? It is? Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. Not the pink jackets, and because that was pink with like white undershirts and pink pants. I'm not bringing that back, but I'm bringing the sleeves pulled up look. I blaze my own trail.
Set your own trends.
What you said. All right, back to you. All right, let's see what else we got. Not you. Sorry, I'm pushing the button. I'm talking to them. All right, let's see. Jim, good morning, Jim. Good to see you. Top of the morning there, Doug. All right. Let's see. Lots of people are answering. All right. Okay. Let's see. Good morning, Jimmy. Good to see you, Jimmy. Thank you for being here. Laura, good morning. Good to see you. Anna's in the bakery baking the baked goods. All right. Who else we got? We have another Gary. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mark. Good morning. Good to see you as well. Gary always gives us a thumbs up. Okay. GTO says, media now sees this. I'm shocked. I thought the government would protect us. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, Doug knows. It's Don Johnson. Don Johnson wore the sleeves pulled up. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what it is. Yep. Larry Knight says good morning. Get it? Larry Knight. Good morning. That's an awesome picture, by the way. Very cool. Jeff, good morning, Jeff. Getting ready for work. We appreciate you. We appreciate the fact that you're working. I know, well, it's different. It's funny because we talk about these things about working, and we've been working for the longest time, and thanks to the governor, been open for the longest time. But obviously we have people that are listening to the show that don't live in Southwest Florida, so they don't have it as good as we do. And they're unfortunately not in the same position we are. So, all right, good morning to everybody. Appreciate you watching, and we'll be back in just a bit.
Or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment, we've got you covered.
Trust 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to help keep your AC running strong. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
The Diamond District has the largest selection of GIA certified diamonds at the most competitive prices in the world. Jason and Todd have partnered with De Beers in Canada and Africa, and they've traveled to Israel, Antwerp, and India to select the most beautiful diamonds. Visit the Diamond District today for your best diamond buying experience.
Wink News Traffic.
Traffic is getting very busy on the interstate. No surprise for this Monday morning, especially heading southbound into Collier County. Now, if you are in Collier already, there's a crash on 951 and 20th Place Southwest. This is delaying traffic bumper to bumper, starting from Green towards Golden Gate Parkway. Easy way to avoid this, just stick to Sunshine Boulevard. Also still seeing that crash in Bonita Springs at Old 41 in West Terry. Luckily, the delays are easing up here, so now just a tap on your brakes as you're heading northbound on Old 41. That's you up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We have another day with temperatures in the 70s this afternoon, but that comes with the opportunity for cloud cover off and on for much of our morning until we do get some peaks of sunshine by the second half of your day. Now, the clouds begin to clear out as early as tomorrow as we really notice a significant warming trend as we could see our first 90-degree day by later on this week with no rain in our local forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Some of the biggest advertising air conditioning companies locally are not really local. They're part of national and international conglomerates, and you're just another number on the bottom line. At Kobe Cooling, we live right here. Our children and grandchildren live right here. We sponsor your kids' sports teams, local scholarships, local food banks, and all kinds of local organizations. We're not for sale now, and we never will be. The Kobe family started Kobe Cooling, we run it, and we even run service calls too. So when you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Local families serving local families. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Hey, this is Papa announcing our newest snowbird protection plan. If you leave Florida each year, we can take care of your roof while you are away. If you leave and later discover you have a roof problem, simply notify us and we can fix it while you're gone. We will send you before and after pictures, and you can pay us by credit card. As always, we offer our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. We have 2 warehouses filled with the obsolete tiles, and likely we can make a matching replacement to make your roof tile look new and clean. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, we thank all of you for supporting our family business for over 30 years. My sons have adopted my old-fashioned ideas: be honest, do a good job, make the customer happy. Our phone number is easy to remember. It's just 4 numbers, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number is CCC 132-6213.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now, 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
True relief for back and neck pain. Are you driving down the road right now with back or neck pain or pain into your arms or legs? Maybe your struggle is getting out of your bed or chair. Maybe you get weakness when you put weight on your leg or swing your golf club. It's time you address this problem once and for all. At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, these are the conditions that we treat every day, except we treat the root of the problem. No injections or pain meds. Non-surgical spinal decompression, recognized around the country for incredible statistical results for long-term pain relief. Break the cycle of pain from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, arthritis, or car accidents. Non-surgical spinal decompression can get your life back. Spinal decompression is safe and comfortable for any age and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. Don't hurt anymore when the answer is only a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hollywood, Florida's getaway destination, is playing your song. Come discover your rhythm safely with our industry-leading Safe and Sound program, including stringent sanitary protocols like face masks, temperature checks, and consistent cleaning and sanitizing throughout the casino. And more space for you to stay, play, and dine. When you're ready for good, clean fun, come to the home of the world-famous Guitar Hotel, Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Kennedy at 3 and drive home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
The Monopoly Community Chess Deck could use a little update.
Second prize in a beauty contest.
Who got first?
Holiday fun matures.
What's a holiday fun?
Vote now to help choose the next Community Chess Deck.
All right, apparently Monopoly is updating its community chess cards, and they're letting fans of the game vote on what the new ones should be. Now, let me just say a couple of things about this that are going to be quite obvious, and even Jake is looking with palm firmly implanted in forehead, and it's this. Number one, if you're asking 2021 to update the community chest on Monopoly, boy, are you asking for trouble. I'm putting that out there. You tell me what kind of woke nonsense is going to be part of a community chest. Be honest with me. What kind of nonsense are they going to do and then have to do, because they got to change it because it's 2021 now and we can't go by some of the things that are in the community chest. If you're a fan of Monopoly, maybe Jake knows. Do you have any idea some of the... like if you were to play the game, boy, the cameras, I got to fix that camera. It's crooked. When you play the game, what are some of the things in community chest? Do you remember? Do you know?
Isn't that like the thing that you, like one of the cards that you pick up whenever you go somewhere?
No, it's not a car. The community
Card.
Yeah, it's a card that you pick up and then it gives you instructions on, right? Isn't that?
Yeah, like go
like
go
right to go.
Without pass and go.
Yeah, you can advance to go. Or the bank erred in your favor and you get to get like $200 or something like that. Or there's a doctor's fee.
Okay.
So I want to read to you some of the things that are on the cards and tell me why it desperately needs to be updated. And again, remember, this is how, and you're paying attention, right, Jake? Okay, because you're on you're on the camera too. DrewSteele.com, Steele with 3 E's if you want to watch the program. Because I'm trying to understand which one of these, when you look at, are in such desperate need of a refresh for 2021, and they're so outdated that they have to be changed, like many of the things that are out there in our society that the woke intelligentsia tells us that has to be changed, as opposed to hey, listen, if you don't like some caricature of someone in a Dr. Seuss book, okay, I totally get it. That's fine. Could you change that one page and maybe that one thing? Do you have to scrap the whole book? Or maybe just leave the book the way it is. Because kids aren't looking at it the way you're looking at it, because you're putting your adult spin and your wokeness spin on something that a kid's looking at and going, hey, it's a cartoon character, or hey, it's I don't know, it's a person. They don't look at it the way you look at it because inherently they're not looking at things that way. But anyway, I digress. Okay, advance to go. That's fine. The bank erred in your favor. Collect $200. That's it. Is it because in 2021 people are like, the bank never makes mistakes. I never see a. Doctor's fees, people pay doctor's fees. From a sale of a stock, you get $50. All right, so far so good, right? Get out of jail free. Go to jail. Grand Opera Night. Oh, that's a big one, Jake. In 2021, people don't go to operas. That is so...
1800s.
No, I think people still do go to opera night. All right. The holiday fund matures. That's one that they just brought up on that ad I just played. That's playing on social media. Like, what's a holiday fund? Yeah, I know that's, and I guess for a lot of people in 2021,
Are we going to add some new ones?
Well, I was going to say.
I got a couple that I'm just like floating in my brain.
No, I'm laughing because I'm thinking in 2021 there are people going, what's a holiday fund? What's a Christmas account? What's a savings account? Yeah, okay. So maybe we change that one to can't make it a holiday fund because nobody does that. All right, so that might be one. Income tax refund. It's your birthday, collect $10. Life insurance matures. Hospital fees, pay $50. School fees, pay $50. Receive $25 in a consultancy fee. Street repairs, you're assessed $40 per house because you own the house on the... What's the problem here? What needs to be changed in community chest that has us now going to the fans and saying, "Oh, we got to change community chest. It's completely out of date." What do we do? It just stinks. It smells.
I got some woke community cards.
Oh man, I don't know. It's just admit it. You're concerned that people aren't playing games anymore. They don't sit down as a family and they don't play family games. They just don't do it. They're too busy on their World of Spaceship Craft Warfare Part 7 Deluxe, the Miami Vice edition. I don't know. I just added that one because Jake likes Miami Vice. And they're not playing your game, so you're trying to hip it up a little bit. Maybe every time... I don't know, maybe every time you lift a game piece off the board or something, it just plays like some cool top 40 hit or something. All right, we're getting into really strange territory. That's all. I just thought I would add that. I just read the list and I thought, what needs to be changed? What's so different? Am I missing? Is it? I don't know. Jake still. Why are you staring at me?
Because listen, I have some good community ones that are woke ones. They're really good.
Okay. Do you want to tell me on the air or off the air? Do I got to hit the dump button?
I have two that are appropriate.
They're appropriate according to you.
Yeah, they're just funny, like jokes.
All right, go ahead. I'm against my better judgment. Go.
Or the first one is a carbon tax, right? So when you pick it up, you get a carbon tax, and for the rest of the game, you have to pay 10% every time that you just off grip.
You have no electric vehicle.
One,
okay, go ahead.
Would be a stimmy, but the only way you can get a stimmy is if you don't own property. If you own property, you get no stimmy.
Okay, that's good. Very good. Okay, maybe we have a stimmy card and we have a carbon tax card. Can I just mark this date and mark this time because I think he's exactly right. That's what's coming up. There will be a carbon tax on the new monopoly in the community chest.
Must pay $500 to get your COVID vaccine.
Could be. All right. 239-479-5592. A couple of other stories I am looking at this morning. Oh, we got to hit the news media all of a sudden discovering that there's a crisis along the border and really hitting it hard. Like, hey, you guys, this is a real problem. But, I question it because I'm just wondering what it is about this administration that the media seems to think is off, when really it almost appears as if the media is talking tough to people like DHS Secretary Mayorkas and giving them an opportunity to kind of smooth this out. Because deep down, if you really do think about it, it's almost as if the media is saying, listen, we agree with you. We agree that if an illegal wants to come into this country, nothing should bar them. Forget about doing it the legal route. Forget about the legal route. Just rush the borders, come on in, because ultimately we know that they're going to be Democrat voters. But do they? Do they really know that? Are you sure? Again, I go back to David Shore, and I go back to how Democrats, their voters, are really flipping because they're starting to see that the party focuses more on corporations instead of the little guy, the blue-collar workers, that we're starting to see more Black and Hispanic families who want to vote Republican because they're starting to see and realize that the Democrat Party is not on their side, that really when it comes to their faith, when it comes to their belief system, when it comes to their values, that they side more with conservatives and, dare I say, Republicans than they've ever realized. And maybe it was the former president of the United States that made them realize this. The Democrats are trying to figure out where they're going to get the next segment of a base. And maybe that is in the form of new individuals coming into this country from south of the border. And it's just... So what else could be here in this story? I mean, Martha Raddatz was really going after DHS Secretary Mayorkas. And again, if you miss this...
Mr. Secretary, I want to stop you there, and I want to know, if you've got this great plan, why will you not let the media in? I understand privacy concerns, but will you let them in today or this week?
Listen, you've got a great plan when it comes to everything that's going on along the southern border and getting these minor children into the country and doing something to get rid of the overcrowding that's happening in a system that's going to work, and these illegals that are crushing the border because they know that Joe Biden has made it apparent to them that it's a good time to come while he's president. And that's not my words, but one of the individuals that was interviewed by Martha Raddatz. We're going to get to that. So what's his answer?
Martha, it is not only privacy concerns. Let me be clear, we're in the midst of a pandemic. We're talking about a crowded border patrol station where we are focused on operations.
Wait, a crowded border patrol station? Okay.
At the same time, and let me assure you that we are working on a plan to provide access so that people could see what is going on in a border patrol station. And I would encourage people to also see a Department of Health and Human Services facility where the children are sheltered and where they belong and where we are moving them to.
But he says there's a process for them to see what's going on along the border. But she just said, we don't have any process. We haven't been able to see anything. And he's like, no, we have a process. Apparently, you've been left out of the memo. Didn't you get the memo? Jake, they didn't get the memo. ABC and Martha Raddatz never got the memo. They didn't get the memo on, you know what the problem is? They actually got the memo on the changes to the community chest and Monopoly. They got the wrong memo. They didn't get the memo on the fact that you can certainly go to the border and see anything you want, and we have a process. There was a memo on that. Didn't you get the memo? Did you get the memo? All right. Jake got the memo. How did you not get the memo?
You talked about the Trump administration and what was in place there. You did away with that. Wouldn't it have been better to have a plan before you did away with that?
We are executing the plan that we have, and let me share with you.
Okay, wait. We're executing the plan that we have, but nobody knows what the plan is, and she's asking you don't have a plan. The plan was there before. The former administration had a plan, and something was in place, and we didn't have a crisis at the border. All of a sudden, the media cares. All of a sudden, ABC cares, and Martha Raddatz cares. There wasn't a crisis at the border before, and it was the former president that everybody hated that somehow had a policy in place that kept everything okay. And then all of a sudden, you come along and change it. And maybe you shouldn't have. And he says, no, we've got a process in place. You didn't get the memo.
Because we will succeed. And when we look back at this time, however difficult it has been, We will get through it, and we will get through it successfully. What we will all say is that we worked our way through a difficult time. We administered the laws as they were intended, and we lived up to our values and our principles as a nation.
Oh, don't you worry. Listen, we've got a plan. You don't know about it, but we have it, and it's a good one. And man, when everything is said and done, you're going to look at this plan and you're going to go, you were right. You were absolutely right. We didn't know at the time. It seemed like a disaster. It almost seemed as if, for many people, it almost seemed as if the COVID positive minors coming across the border, letting them go into the country, almost starts to continue to keep a narrative alive that maybe there may be a spike coming up soon with COVID once again in cases. And unfortunately, we've caused it because it's in the news enough. And oh boy, if it's been caused, and don't you worry, we'll just mask back up and we'll shut down and we'll lock down the country again and everything will be fine. Almost as if we don't want to get rid of our power. Just saying, not to be provocative, but there are people saying it. We may dig into that a little more coming up. But that's Mayorkas explaining to the media, calm down, we've got this. And I might make the case that they do. I might make the case that the media, it just feels like something stinks. Because if the media is starting to look and saying there's a crisis along the border and we're seeing it, do you honestly think that they want to do anything to make the Biden administration look bad? Or is it more like, look, we know what you guys are trying to accomplish, but man, it's hard for us to be able to cover for you when you're doing all of these things. At least if you let us show up at these border patrol facilities, if you let us show up along the border, at least we can find little nooks and crannies where we can make everything look not as bad as you say, but we all know that you're not letting us go, so you're making it worse. We're trying to help you, and you're not giving us the chance to help because we understand what you're trying to do. Does that make sense? 239-4, of course it doesn't. To them it does. 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com is the website if you want to watch. When we come back, we can talk more about this. Miami Beach. What's going on in Miami? Why did Miami shut down? We're told one thing by the media, but it might be something completely different. It is, because that's how it works. We'll talk about it coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Rush Limbaugh.
Middle school in Thornton, Colorado. One of the featured speakers was Jessica Lahore, L''WHOR, a dancer and performance artist. Actually, Jessica Lahore is a drag queen. Lahore explained to the middle school students that he is a man but portrays a woman in performances. Lahore asked that they call him Ms. Jessica, because using Lahore around the children he wanted to influence would be inappropriate, you see. Parents were not informed that their children would be getting career advice from a drag queen. When word got out, many of the parents were outraged, but not all. So the principal sent out a letter apologizing for not letting parents know in advance, but the principal defended inviting Lahore because doing so was inclusive and promoted diversity. After all, to liberals, there's nothing more important for kids to learn in middle school than diversity and politically correct gender-bender brainwashing, being instructed in all of it by a drag queen.
Mahindra is the official tractor of Tough. And if you ask Mahindra owners, they'll tell you we're also the official tractor of working through a long, hard winter and the official tractor of getting your land ready for spring. And right now, Mahindra is the official tractor of spring savings. Save thousands or get 0% interest on tough new Mahindra tractors during the Mahindra Spring Sales event. Your Mahindra dealer has spring savings on subcompact tractors all the way up to utility tractors. Stop by, or you'll officially be missing great deals on Mahindra. Learn more at whymahindra.com. On select models for a limited time only, go to whymahindra.com for more information.
Take advantage of rock-bottom prices and test drive a Mahindra today. at Shenango Supply Company of Punta Gorda or call 941-637-1165. That's 941-637-1165.
We invite you to visit United Fidelity Bank Banking Center located at 14241 Metro Parkway in Fort Myers, and let us help you save it, grow it, and enjoy it with our market-leading 12-month CD earning 0.55% APY. Shop and compare rates, and then invest with United Fidelity Bank's 12-month CD that earns 0.55% APY. The difference is United Fidelity Bank. A penalty may be imposed for early withdrawal. Annual percentage yield current as of 3/17/2021. This minimum deposit of $1,000 required to open CD. 12-month CD renews automatically.
It's Drew Steele visiting with my friend TJ, owner of the Floormeisters in Naples. And first of all, TJ, you know how much I love my Core-Tech, my home, my wife. When I bring people over, I kind of brag on the floor. Actually, they brag on it for me. They look and they see how beautiful it is. And the selection you have is amazing. Talk about it.
We have 100 colors of Core-Tech right now that we stock by the pallet, so I can sell it cheaper to you every day than anybody else around. We're getting in, I believe, 10 new colors for their entries for 2021. Usually we go out to Vegas and see it there, but with coronavirus, they brought it to me this time.
So you want to see it for yourself? Go to the Floormeisters. You're going to really love it. 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco. Give them a call. 239-596-4964. 239-596-4964. Or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
A refreshing swim in your pool shouldn't be interrupted by cloudy water, a broken heater, or faulty equipment. Healthy Pools of Southwest Florida keeps your oasis ready to enjoy every day. Their experts complete a 20-point checklist at each visit, keeping your pool healthy and protecting your investment. Relax knowing your pool is in good hands. Call 239-425-0300 right now and receive your first month free. That's 239-425-0300 or healthypoolsswfl.com. Healthy Pools is a forgotten country company.
Trust 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to help keep your AC running strong. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I'm an interior designer and I trust Rock Solid.
If you're looking for just the right countertops for your home, the choice is simple. Rock Solid.
I'm a contractor and I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
See why homeowners and contractors choose Rock Solid for the finest countertops. Now with our newly expanded showroom, making your home improvement experience even better.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 J&C Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Will it be the fourth COVID vaccine in the U.S.? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. AstraZeneca is out with new test results for its shots, which are approved in over 50 countries, but not here yet. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has more live.
Dave, AstraZeneca says its COVID-19 vaccine is 79% effective, giving strong protection against sickness and eliminating hospitalizations and death across all age groups. The company says it found no increased risk of blood clots identified in Europe. 2 doses were given 4 weeks apart to more than 30,000 volunteers. 2/3 of them got the vaccine. The rest got a placebo. AstraZeneca says it will continue to analyze the U.S. data before submitting it to the FDA in the coming weeks and publish the findings in a peer-reviewed journal. Dave.
Tony, the number of new coronavirus cases reported yesterday in the U.S., just 33,000, the fewest in a day since late September, with about 430 deaths. That's the least since October. But there is COVID concern in Miami Beach.
You're commanded to immediately and peacefully disperse.
Police out again last night dealing with big crowds of spring breakers not masked or distanced. The weekend curfew has been extended through April 12th. Miami Beach City Manager Raul Aguila says they're all showing up
to engage in lawlessness
and an anything goes party attitude.
The head of Homeland Security is telling migrants the border's closed, though Fox has learned some are being allowed in even without asylum court hearings set up. As facilities housing kids who came here alone keep filling up, Alejandro Mayorkas tells Fox they're changing to a more humane policy.
The prior administration dismantled the orderly and safe way that these children could make their claims.
Former President Trump fired back in his own statement last night. He said they are in way over their heads and taking on water fast. The only way to end the Biden border crisis is for them to admit their total failure and adopt the profoundly effective, proven Trump policies.
Fox's Mark Meredith. President Biden said last night he plans to go to the border. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic getting very busy in Estero. We're slowing down on Corkscrew heading east and west. Getting onto I-75, taking a look at my traffic cams. We are just packed on the interstate. Lots of commuters heading into Collier County out of Lee County. Also slowing traffic in Fort Myers on Davis Road if you're heading north towards Iona. And the bridges are slowing down heading into Fort Myers out of Cape Coral. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We have another day with temperatures in the 70s this afternoon, but that comes with the opportunity for cloud cover off and on for much of our morning until we do get some peaks of sunshine by the second half of your day. Now, the clouds begin to clear out as early as tomorrow as we really notice a significant warming trend as we could see our first 90-degree day by later on this week with no rain in our local forecast. I'm Wake News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Everyone is watching how their brackets are playing out during March Madness on Wink TV, except Dish Network subscribers. Dish has locked their subscribers out from watching the NCAA playoffs on Wink. Subscribers no longer have all of the programming they pay for. Don't get caught playing games with Dish. You can watch the games on all the other TV providers. Take action now to watch your favorite teams, Wink News, and CBS.
Hot out today, huh?
You know it.
Glad the AC's working.
No kidding.
What if the AC quit?
Oh, man. Couldn't do a thing inside then.
Too hot.
No way Ashley could do her homework in here.
Hard to concentrate.
Wouldn't even bother trying to study.
Well...
Of course her grades would slip.
Dave.
She could kiss Harvard goodbye.
Dave.
Probably end up at the U. Oh, my little girl.
Dave.
What?
What's the best case scenario?
Best case? Okay, best case, I make one call, AC's back up and running right away, everything's fine.
That's best?
Oh, sure, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They have 4 AC trucks standing by waiting for you to call, loaded with parts, ready to go.
Right now?
Right now.
Huh. Sure is hot out today.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
So, you're saying...
She can still go to Harvard.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, with over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space. Designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel, or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
from 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad to see you here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com, DREWSTEELE. DrewSteele.com, the website is mobile friendly. It's just a basic website, but it's, like I said, mobile friendly, so it's easy to watch on your phone, on your smart device, on your computer, wherever you are. We appreciate you watching. We're going to get into some of what the news outlets are finding out, that, surprise, surprise, the government, even when it's run by Democrats, doesn't work very well, especially along the border. We got a border crisis, everybody, and it's Biden's border crisis, and all of a sudden the media is realizing this, really. All of a sudden, and it's interesting, the directions that they're going in, and you'll get to hear this coming up. We'll play some of the audio of ABC and Martha Raddatz, who was shocked. I mean, you listen to the people that are coming over here, and you're like, well, wait a second. You're saying that the reason why you're crossing the border is because of Joe Biden? You mean if Donald Trump were president of the United States, you wouldn't be thinking about it, but now because Biden is, that you are? Well, why is that? What gave you that idea? What gave you the idea to do something like that? Oh, it's actually Joe Biden did it. And we have the audio proof, of course, from the primaries last year. So we'll have that coming up. It was Chris Wallace on Fox who was asking DHS Secretary Mayorkas about the COVID-positive kids being let into the country. An interesting non-answer you're going to get there. So just to double and triple up on the non-answer and the non-transparency of a Biden administration that promised to be as transparent as the last. We're going to be the most transparent in the history of the nation. Yeah, we know how that went. So, no transparency here. Okay, as we move on this morning, we hear a couple of things from the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, not happy with what's going on along the southern border. We'll get to some of what he was saying in a Sunday statement about what he handed off to the Biden administration. But also some other Trump news. How about this? Apparently, the former president's going to be returning to social media. Where do you think he's going, Jake? If you had to guess, the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, you ready, Jake, is coming back to social media. If you had to say where, if you had to pick a social media site that the former president would be coming back to, what do you think it's going to be? If you had to guess.
Well, I mean, he's banned from everywhere,
Okay.
so
Just about.
the existing ones are out of the picture.
So what does that mean? What would he do?
He's either going to have to start his own or find a new one.
Yeah, that is right. There you go. He starts his own. Apparently, he's going to set up his own social media platform and is going to be returning to posting online in 2 to 3 months. Jason Miller reported this in an interview. He said he loved being on Twitter. Do you know how many followers he had on Twitter? Do you know how many he had? You want to guess?
30 million.
More.
50.
More.
70.
More.
80.
More.
100.
He had 90 million followers before they shut him down. 90 million. And if he starts his own social media site, you think he gets that 90 million back?
That's pretty good right there.
Yeah, that's not bad. So what do you do? 239-479-5592. I might ask this question as we talk this break, because I'd like to get your thoughts. If it's true that in a couple of months, the president, Trump's going to return to social media with his own platform that will completely redefine the game and attract tens of millions of users, according to Jason Miller. He told Fox News on Sunday. Do you go? Will that be your exclusive place to be on when it comes to social media if he creates his own? You can just say yes or no. We'll look at the text line, 239-479-5592. Or if you want to do it in the comments and reaction section on our website, drewsteele.com. Maybe you're on Facebook at Drew Steele Radio. You want to go there as well. He's already had over 20 senators, 50 members of Congress call or make the pilgrimage to Mar-a-Lago. He also said pay attention to Georgia today. There's a big endorsement coming. I wonder what that is. But yeah. So He said that the speculation that he might go to Parler, he said, or the speculation was out there that Parler would not be able to handle the amount of traffic he would bring to the website. So, got to do it myself. So I wonder if that's going to be the case. I wonder if it'll be some kind of social media site that the former president's going to set up. He had over 90 million people that were following him before on Twitter. Man, we'll see how that goes. And then the other thing that was being discussed over the weekend, understanding that you have ABC's Martha Raddatz, who asked someone at the southern border why they were coming here now.
Would you have tried to do this when Donald Trump was president?
Definitely not. Definitely. We had the chance, the same violence that's going on today was there last year. We used to watch the news, and I definitely won't do this.
So did you come here because Joe Biden was elected president?
Basically.
Yeah, so they watch the news. They see what's going on. They're paying attention to the news. They hear a southern border being locked down, not being able to come in here illegally, that if they do, that they're going to be sent back to Mexico, or they're going to have to be on the opposite side of the border in order to be processed. You're not just coming in. It's not catch and release. It's not going to be like it used to be in the old days. And they're going to sit back and wait for a new administration to come in, and guess what? They got it. And say, come here because they see the news, they hear what's going on, they're paying attention. And the former President Trump saying that he proudly handed Joe Biden and the administration the most secure border in history. All they had to do was keep the smooth running system on autopilot. Instead, in the span of just a few weeks, the Biden administration has turned a national triumph into a national disaster. They're in way over their heads and taking on water fast. Is he right? Look, and again, for all you Democrats that are out there, all you libs that watch this program or listen, it's not gloating or anything like that from the president. It's somebody who understands and knew what was happening along the border, understood all the issues of illegal immigration in this country. Doesn't make a difference how it's coming in or where it's coming in from. And ultimately doing something about it. And now you have an administration that is what? Tone deaf? Is that the words that ABC's using?
And to do that 180 without really any preparation, he owns this now. He owns it.
And Laura, he really does. And should they have been more aware? I mean, they really seem tone deaf to the politics of this as well.
That is Martha Raddatz with a round table there at the border, as close as they could possibly get to the border, or anywhere near any kind of place where they can see what is going on along the border. You would imagine that journalists, if they really cared about journalism instead of journalizing, would actually try to make the push towards a border patrol site, someplace that they could go and actually see what is happening, and make the case to the viewers that they're not even being allowed in. That you can see it. You can see the pushback that they're getting, so everybody can get a real good vibe as to what's going on. Clearly, they do anyway. But boy, if it was journalism, wouldn't you want to do that? You would give it a shot. You would try. And they're being talked about right now. The Biden administration is being tone deaf politically, not seeing what's going on. And again, I'm questioning. Something's not right. Do you know what I mean? We know that the media is on the Biden administration's side. We know that the progressives and the liberals and the fake news legacy media and the media up and down, no matter whether it's local, state, or national, and then you have Democrats, they're all in the same boat. They're all together. So what's going on? So why is it now all of a sudden the Biden administration is like going rogue against those that would be helpful? Like what's happening? And there was a pretty provocative, but one that you have to ask. A plan. Is there a plan going on here with this? For example, two different things with this. why would the Biden administration go against people, a media that is on their side? And then the second part is the issues of COVID and the issues of the release of minors into the country that have tested positive for COVID. If you're wondering whether or not that's happening, well, again, for the second week in a row, you have Chris Wallace asking DHS Secretary Mayorkas if this is happening.
Mr. Secretary, why not let reporters go to see what the conditions are at the camp in Midland? And is it true that more than 10% of the minors in Midland have tested positive, and in fact that more than 200 migrants in Brownsville tested positive for COVID and then were released?
You've got these individuals that are being tested positive for COVID and being released into the country. So what's his answer?
Chris,
I don't like where this is going already. I'm only 2 seconds in and I already don't like where it's going.
the minors who are arriving and who are placed in the Department of Health and Human Services facilities are tested. They are all tested, isolated, and quarantined.
Yeah, but that's not what we asked you. We asked you if they were released positive. Did you quarantine them, find out that they tested positive? You put them aside for maybe, 3 or 4 hours, and then you let them go. That's what we're asking you. That doesn't answer the question. It sounds like it answers the question. Oh, they were quarantined. How long were they quarantined for? Well, I don't know, about 5 or 10 minutes. You see what I'm saying? Sure would like that answer.
Our COVID-19 protocols that are administered by the Department of Health and Human Services are operated very efficiently. We also, I should say, work very closely with local officials in Texas, with local organizations to also test, isolate, and quarantine children. And we offer reimbursement 100% from FEMA.
There you go. So that's what he has to say. It didn't answer the question, but we know it happened. It did. If it didn't, they would show the evidence to show that that's not what's going on and deny it, and they're not denying it. So that's a problem, right? And again, not to be provocative, but let's go there. Zero Hedge had an article on this over the weekend I was reading, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Provocative, but yeah. Is the illegal immigration crisis all about new COVID lockdowns? We're going to take a break, and when we come back, maybe that's what we're going to talk about. Is there a plan? Does the administration, let's take a break, Jake. Does the administration, are they doing this because they have big plans for the next few years? And the big plans for the next few years don't include the media, don't include anybody, but really do include continuing these pandemic fears to help to create this quote-unquote great reset. I'm just going to bring this up. I'm going to read a little bit from this article, and then I'll let you decide. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic getting very busy in Estero. We're slowing down on Corkscrew heading east and west. Getting onto I-75, taking a look at my traffic cams, we are just packed on the interstate. Lots of commuters heading into Collier County out of Lee County. Also slowing traffic in Fort Myers on Davis Road if you're heading north towards Iona. And the bridges are slowing down heading into Fort Myers out of Cape Coral. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are seeing a cooler start, but temperatures will warm this afternoon into the 70s across Southwest Florida. You will notice those clouds lingering off and on for much of the morning and early afternoon, but eventually we do get a few peaks of sunshine. Later on this week, though, a big warm-up will be underway. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I am mad at everything going on.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, this is Papa announcing our newest snowbird protection plan. If you leave Florida each year, we can take care of your roof while you are away. If you leave and later discover you have a roof problem, simply notify us and we can fix it while you're gone. We will send you before and after pictures and you can pay us by credit card. As always, we offer our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. We have 2 warehouses filled with the obsolete tiles, and likely we can make a matching replacement to make your roof tile look new and clean. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, we thank all of you for supporting our family business for over 30 years. My sons have adopted my old-fashioned ideas: be honest, do a good job, make the customer happy. Our phone number is easy to remember. It's just 4 numbers, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 132-6213.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, how much does it cost? I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines and rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. New 2021 Genesis G70s have 0% financing and 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. And we have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months and $0 per month per 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
When you're running a business, you don't have time to worry about slow internet or confusing cybersecurity. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. You can add the advanced security of Comcast Business Security Edge to help eliminate threats. And enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing 24/7 support is just a phone call away. Get fast internet and advanced security made simple so you can bounce forward with Comcast Business. Help your business bounce forward with an amazing offer from Comcast Business. Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, ask how to add Comcast Business Security Edge. Call 1-800-501-6000 today to find out more. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay required. Security Edge available when added to Comcast Business Internet for additional monthly charge. Call for details.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. DrewSteele.com is the website. Drew Steele, Steele spelled with 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. Listen, it may sound provocative. I'm just reading it, and I want you to decide for yourself because I really think that you can do that. But there are interesting questions that are being asked by certain individuals, like, if the country is starting to realize that we don't want to mask up anymore, the mask mandates are getting ridiculous, that we want to get out and about with our lives. We understand that COVID is a non-threat to 99.7% of the population. We know who it is a threat to and who it is not a threat to. We also understand what vaccines mean, and if you've already had COVID, what that means, as Rand Paul is question the science and the data of others that would say, no, we got to have lockdowns. You see spikes in cases. We got to shut it all down. No. We're already hearing about how if you had a vaccine, the chances of you getting it again, slim to none. If you've had it before, slim to none. We haven't heard about hospitalizations or deaths after either getting it once before or the vaccines as far as COVID is concerned, not the shot itself. What we're talking about, COVID is concerned. So where are we going here? If you have a country that's starting to realize that there's really not as much to see here as we have been told when it comes to lockdowns and 6 feet of separation, whether it's 3 feet or 6 feet or masking up. What happens if the public and the citizenry starts to get a hold of this? What if there are people that need the pandemic to continue regardless of what the public wants because it's all about a great reset? You've probably heard about the Great Reset. Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum saying that, listen, we got to get rid of capitalism. The only way to have a better world, we have to act jointly and swiftly to revamp all aspects of societies and economies, from education, social contracts, working conditions. Everybody has to do this great reset of capitalism. Like, there's a plan here. They're talking about they're doing this. And there are individuals that want this. And the only way that they can do it is if they have control over you. That's what people are talking about it. And the Great Reset is real. It's not something imaginary. Taking away your Second Amendment rights and all the other things that are going on. And so when people are confused as to why an administration would allow COVID-positive illegals on the border to come into this country when you know there's a pandemic and we are told that we have to do everything we can to stop it, and yet you are allowing a situation to happen that would continue this, we have questions. And this article that was talked about in Zero Hedge was asking the same question. Why would you do this unless you feel like somehow it is going to help you in the long run? If politically the media is going, wait a minute, this is a mess. We know it's a mess. We see the transparency that doesn't exist along the border. You all are doing something that's even past what we are trying to communicate with the people that are watching us, and we're on your side, and you're not helping us. Then is something else going on here? And there are people that are saying, well, think about that. Are we going to start to hear about it? We continue to hear about still masking up. We're going to have variants. We can't, we've got to be vigilant. We may have to have lockdowns again. We're told that Miami, there's lockdowns for that reason. The Miami story is a whole other one that's happening lately. We're going to get to that story coming up. You're going to want to hear this.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
At LMCU, our roots in your community just got a little deeper with the opening of our newest branch in Estero. When you bank with us, you can earn more on your money with our Max checking account and pay less on things like home mortgages and credit cards. We're proud to open our 13th Florida location at 21910 South Tamiami Trail. Our lobbies are open, plus you can schedule an appointment or visit one of our drive-thrus for contactless service. Our branches stretch far and wide for a reason. You. LMCU. You'll love banking here. Equal housing lender, member NCUA, and NMLS number 442967.
Your home is more important now than ever before. So when your air conditioner needs maintenance, repair, or replacing, Conditioned Air wants to be your first and only call. The Florida weather can be challenging. When you have a cooling issue, our team is here to resolve it quickly and efficiently. You can be assured of honesty, respect, and our desire to exceed your expectations every single time, and we've been doing that since 1962. Conditioned Air, 1-888-COLD-AIR, or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
You probably know Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
Repeating President Biden's message to migrants, do not come. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says about a surge at the border and unaccompanied kids in crowded facilities.
We are working with Mexico to increase Mexico's capacity to receive the expelled families. The border is secure. The border is closed.
Secretary Mayorkas on Fox News Sunday. Former President Trump says in a statement our country's being destroyed.
He goes on to call DHS Secretary Mayorkas' performance pathetic and clueless, referencing the Sunday morning news shows, calling it a national disgrace, then claims the secretary is incapable of leading the department.
Fox's Ann Carrick. The pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca says its U.S. coronavirus vaccine trial shows it's 79% effective in preventing infection, 100% preventing serious disease and hospitalization. It would be the fourth vaccine approved for use in the United States. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic getting very busy in Estero. We're slowing down on Corkscrew heading east and west. Getting onto I-75, taking a look at my traffic cams. We are just packed on the interstate. Lots of commuters heading into Collier County out of Lee County. Also slowing traffic in Fort Myers on Davis Road if you're heading north towards Iona. And the bridges are slowing down heading into Fort Myers out of Cape Coral. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We have another day with temperatures in the 70s this afternoon, but that comes with the opportunity for cloud cover off and on for much of our morning until we do get some peaks of sunshine by the second half of your day. Now, the clouds begin to clear out as early as tomorrow as we really notice a significant warming trend as we could see our first 90-degree day by later on this week with no rain in our local forecast. I'm Wake News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News.
I cannot tell you how awesome it is when my family comes over and I say, you're going to get great tasting water straight from your faucet. I'm telling you, it's great on your skin, your hair, and your appliances. Think of what your water's doing now. Well, you should call now for your free multi-point Pentair water test. And I'm telling you, you're going to love the way your water tastes with your new Pentair water system. Every faucet in your house, it's the coolest thing ever. And there's a big difference when you call a Pentair water specialist. When you give Max a call at Pentair, trained, uniformed experts in our city and well water, that's a big deal, right? With their mobile showroom, you're wondering what you're going to get. A wide range of water treatment options, and you can see them in front of you. They install your new Pentair water system for you, and the big news right now is Pentair has a new Easy Flow under-counter filtration system. It is certified to reduce 99% of lead. Call now for your free water test, and right now save 15% on your whole home water system like I have in my house. With Pentair, never any sales pressure, so call them, 239-880-7799, or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
Why wait for so-called one-time refund relief from big insurance companies when you can get the best prices and coverages all day, every day, all year round from Chapman Insurance Group? Hi, this is Brian Chapman, and my team is committed to finding you the most efficient coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
True relief for back and neck pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, every day I talk with patients that for so many years just suffered with back or neck pain. Many just assuming that it was normal or something they had to live with. They'd tried injections, epidurals, or even surgery with no success, always looking for a chair to relieve pain or always dreading pain while sleeping or getting out of bed. It's time to treat the root of the problem. Please don't think there are no other options. You can overcome problems from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, bulging degenerative discs, or scoliosis. Non-surgical spinal decompression can change your life. Think of how much happier you'd be without pain. This Medicare-friendly treatment combines science and technology to offer a state-of-the-art, non-surgical procedure that is remarkably effective. We always offer a free telephone consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate for spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, we're here for you. Call 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. we can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. After the crash, call the police and document the scene by taking photos of all the vehicles involved. If you were injured, get medical attention as soon as possible. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America. NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa. You know what that is? That's an individual. I won't use any kind of word against that person, but some idiot, I'll just say that, climbed into an elephant enclosure at the San Diego Zoo with his toddler to take a picture. And the elephant charged him, and people are standing there going, "What are you doing?" Now, luckily, nobody was hurt. Facing charges for child endangerment. You think so? How do we do that? How do we do that now? Is there anything that we can do to inform every single person that walks the face of the earth that this is a bad thing and not to do it? Do we have to remind people of this? What do we do? Do we test people as they walk in? Do we give them a quiz? Here you go. All right, here's the quiz. You ready, Jake? It's real simple. The next time you walk into a zoo, here's the quiz. Have you traveled in the past 24, 48 hours?
Yeah.
Where have you? No, I'm kidding. You ruined my joke. Okay. Maybe with the COVID tests, maybe with the COVID questions, we'll say, Jake, have you traveled any place in the past 24, 48 hours?
No.
Have you had a fever in the past 24, 48 hours?
No.
If you go to the elephant exhibit here inside the zoo, do you promise not to walk inside and take a picture to get really, really close to the elephant because you think it's cute and cuddly or something like that with your toddler? Do you promise not to do that?
No.
You're not allowed in. You're not allowed in. Sorry, you're out. That's what we'll do. We'll add it to the COVID questions. Like, we have to do that now. I'm not saying we're doomed as a society, but I mean, when you think about it,
we choose truth over fact.
That guy's the president, so I'm just saying that I'm not suggesting that we're doomed completely or utterly, but boy, are we moving in that direction. Anyway, I know, and there are a lot of people that have been texting about. Not many people can lose their footing walking upstairs the way Joe Biden did last week, and people were reporting as it was happening live, and it was going across social media. They were reporting on what they were witnessing, and like, this is not good. This is not good. Not good at all. But again, I'm going back to a lot of what I was talking about before we went to break, which is, how do you do this? How do you have a Biden administration that's telling us it's the most transparent and yet won't let a media go to the border to see exactly what is happening and report on it? How do we have a Biden administration who is allowing COVID positive illegals into the country, allowing them to come into the country, knowing full well that we're in the middle of, or supposed to be in the middle of, and we're told them we're in the middle of, even though we're not in the middle of it, a pandemic. We've got a pandemic, a global pandemic going on. And so the Biden administration, who cares about the safety and security of the American citizen, somehow is showing that they really don't care much about the safety and security of the American citizens. I'm just suggesting that that's not what you would do if you did care. And about how it seems like there's something else going on here, like they've gone rogue, even to the media, they've gone rogue. Like, how do you do? We're trying to help you, and you're not even giving us the opportunity to help unless you don't care because you have an agenda. And is that agenda, as somebody put it on Zero Hedge as I was reading this article, you got globalists that really care about keeping this alive, even though you have COVID turning out to be a hollow issue with a death rate of 0.26% outside of nursing home patients. And we know, and we're not minimizing COVID, and we're not minimizing deaths, and we're not minimizing those who are using masks if you feel like you want to, and we're not minimizing those who are going to get vaccines and still want to do 6 feet apart and mask up, even though the science would suggest that 2 weeks after you get the shot that you're good to go, you're okay, there's nothing to worry about here. There's no science that suggests you're going to end up in a hospital or hospitalized or dying, and that hospitals are not or never were loaded up to the point where they were overwhelmed. 15 days to stop the 30-day spread. You know, that whole thing where the globe is starting to realize, even in some countries over the weekend, marching on the streets of their cities, demanding their freedoms and their liberties in countries that really don't have any desire to necessarily give it to them. They're going to continue lockdowns, and people have had enough. That the only way, and this article was talking about this, to continue this is to keep these fears alive. In other words, to have a great reset, to destroy capitalism, to have a world that has to act jointly and swiftly to revamp aspects of societies and economies, education, social contracts, working conditions, to destroy capitalism and the thought of any of that across the globe, and to address climate change and social crisis and being able to spend money on it and have everybody twisted around to the point where it's out of control. And that some people are suggesting to me, and again, just something to think about and maybe talk about, 239-479-5592 in your thoughts, is that why would an administration do this? Why would they allow a crisis to happen along the border? Why would they not let the media talk about it or see it? Well, talk about it, they let them talk about it, but not see it up close. And to allow positive COVID individuals, illegals into the country, even though they know that, just let them go. Why would you do that? Unless you wanted to keep the idea afloat that, listen, it's still going on, still have to have 6 feet, lockdowns are coming, variants are coming, we've got dangers out there that you just don't understand. Even though Rand Paul talked about this, I believe it was on Friday. Vaccines were supposed to help us get back to normal. He talked about it on Tucker's program.
That when you've been vaccinated or when you've gotten the disease naturally, that you are spreading it. If there were, it would be all over the news. There are no news reports and no scientific studies saying that after vaccination that there's some sort of widespread contagion, that people vaccinated are spreading the disease. It's just not true. What Fauci won't tell you is that he's telling you a noble lie. He's lying to you because he doesn't think we're smart enough to make decisions. His fear is that if the vaccinated quit wearing the mask, the unvaccinated will say, what the hell, I'm not wearing a mask either. Right. So he lies to you to say, oh, the mask makes a difference, when in reality he knows better.
Now, is he right? Is he right? Where's the media ganging up on Rand Paul and saying, step back, pal, here's the evidence. Here it is. Here's the science and the data that suggests that you're crazy and Fauci's right. And to his point, they don't put it out there. Now, on a macro level, I bring up the issue that I just talked about that was in Zero Hedge about, hold on a second, is this some kind of sick, twisted way to keep the idea of lockdowns and locking down the American people and not only the American people, but the globe of the powerful, and this great reset that Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum talked about openly. This is not anything new. This is not some kind of secret that I'm bringing up. Glenn Beck talks about it all the time. Many people talk about it all the time. This is not imaginary. But then you see what happens even on the micro level. The macro is global. The micro is Miami. You heard the stories, probably. City of Miami. What were they doing? They're locking everything down, right? The city of Miami. City of Miami Beach declares a state of emergency. Safety measures include an 8 p.m. curfew in the city's high-impact zone, along with closures of the causeways beginning tonight. Miami locking down. Why are they locking down? Well, the media will have you believe that the reason why there's a lockdown is because there are so many spring breakers right now in Miami and on Miami Beach that COVID restrictions are just totally thrown out the window. Nobody's wearing a mask. They're in tight quarters. It's a COVID catastrophe in the making in Miami. We got to shut it down. Until you realize that it has zero to do with COVID. If you've been anywhere on social media, you've probably watched on Twitter, Parler, other places, you've probably watched the video of people who live in Miami, on Miami Beach. I've talked to people that live on Miami Beach. I know individuals that I talked to this weekend that said, I just got to tell you something. It's a mess. They are blocking traffic. Calle Ocho, a mess. They're blocking traffic. They're fighting. They're destroying public property. It is out of control. More people came to Miami and Miami Beach for spring break, and the authorities were not prepared for what was about to happen, and they have to declare a state of emergency because of the fighting and the destruction and the thing. They're overwhelmed. The news was reporting about how, and people that I know were talking about how authorities are overwhelmed. The police are overwhelmed by the presence of these spring breakers. They just were not prepared. And it's been an absolute mess. But it's not because of COVID. But they're going to do that. You know, many people were talking about the streets of Alabama. Completely maskless, non-social distancing, the victory celebration. January 11th, the number of confirmed new cases in Alabama dropped 75% since then. Actually, it's more, it's 77. But we're told that the masses on the streets, no masks, no social distancing. It's I'm telling you, it's a super spreader event. But yet we never see the super spreader event happening, but we're always told that it is going to happen. Oh, it's going to happen any minute now. And again, not making light of COVID, not making light of those that have passed away, not making light of any of that. But it comes down to an administration that is not being transparent, an administration that is allowing things to happen on our southern border that even the media is like, hold on a second, what are you doing? What's going on here? Why are we not allowed to be there and see the facilities for ourselves? Why can't we report it? Why can't we do ride-alongs? Why can't we see what's going on along the border? What are you hiding? COVID-positive minors being let into the country, even though you know it. You test them, they're quarantined for who knows how long, 5-10 minutes, and off you go. You've got too many people here. We got to move along. We weren't ready for this, even though you're the one and you're the reason why it happened. Again, can I emphasize the Martha Raddatz ABC interview where she was interviewing one of the illegals coming here.
Would you have tried to do this when Donald Trump was president?
Definitely not. Definitely. We had the chance, the same violence that is going on today was there last year. We used to watch the news, and I definitely won't do this.
So did you come here because Joe Biden was elected president?
Basically.
I don't know what else you need to know, and this is not the first person that has said this to the media. We had audio from last week. But again, then the bigger question becomes, why would you do this? Is this part of some great reset, the helping of of certain individuals to be able to say lockdowns are necessary. We got to go back. If there is an uptick in cases, everything's got to stop. In Miami, we got to shut it down because they're not being COVID friendly, even though that's not why they're doing it. And a Democrat Party that believes and trusts in big government and trusts in the Biden administration. Like, these are the people that know what they're doing, and we have to go along with what they say, because clearly Joe Biden is in charge and party's in charge. And they know exactly what they're doing. Nothing to worry about. It's not like it's nonsense or it's...
And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down.
All right. Was that necessary? 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. This is what we do each and every day, 7:50 right now. We do this every day. The phone lines are open. We want you to call 239-479-5592. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. It's the only way that some people sometimes get their civic lesson. We got to do it. Your civics lesson is each and every day at 7:50. So call right now. We'll take caller number 5 today at 239-479-5592. You will play Drew's College up next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along, Sabrina Katz has your traffic.
Traffic is still at a creep and crawl on Bayshore Road from a crash just in front of Love's gas station. They were blocking this off to get onto the interstate. Now we are back working our way, trying to get up to speed, but not there yet. So to avoid this, you can stick to Palm Beach Boulevard. There's also a crash at Burnt Store and Tropicana Parkway. No longer delaying traffic, but there is a tow truck with this vehicle off to the side of the road, so really make sure to watch that speed heading northbound. Also, commuters in Lehigh Acres. We are unusually slow at a creep and crawl on Lee Boulevard heading westbound towards Alvin. You can avoid this if you hop on Leonard or State Road 82. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are seeing a cooler start, but temperatures will warm this afternoon into the 70s across Southwest Florida. You will notice those clouds lingering off and on for much of the morning and early afternoon, but eventually we do get a few peaks of sunshine. Later on this week, though, a big warm-up will be underway. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life, starting now. River Hall is where it all starts. A true paradise. River Hall is one of the Gulf Coast's most exclusive master-planned communities, where country club living meets the casual, barefoot Florida lifestyle. River Hall's Davis Love III Championship Golf Course is one of the top-rated courses in the Gulf Coast area, and you'll love River Hall's private oasis pools, bike paths, fitness center, tennis and bocce courts, and more. Live large with homes priced from just the 500s to the 800s from Pulte. The Pulte collection of breezy, open floor plans offers something for every lifestyle, with upscale finishes and features designed for elegant, gracious living. Here's to finally finding the perfect place. Here's to home. River Hall is just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers in the River Shores District. Come see model homes now. Visit liveriverhall.com. That's liveriverhall.com.
With the Diamond District, you get the best of both worlds. Jason and Todd are wholesale diamond brokers selling to the public and jewelry stores across the country at wholesale prices. The Diamond District is also a retail store that you can visit every day and see the largest selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach with our Week 3 legislative update. This week, I debated and passed one of my top priorities on the House floor. House Bill 233 addresses the cancel culture of conservative thought on college campuses. It seems our commitment to diversity on campus is limited to those who look different but think the same. And that's not diversity, that's conformity. My bill passed the House by a vote of 77 to 42. We're also working on legislation to ban transgender women from competing in girls' high school athletics, to reform Florida's broken unemployment system, to stop abuses of Florida's medical marijuana program by limiting access to high-potency THC, to strengthen the civics requirements in high schools, and to ensure students have the freedom to pray before high school athletic events. This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and remember that this is your government, and we work for you. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
You need a fast, reliable network. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business and add advanced security with Comcast Business Security Edge. They have 24/7 support, it's fast internet, and advanced security made simple. Bounce forward with Comcast Business.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right. Let's go to Mike. Mike in Cape Coral. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, how you doing, Drew?
I'm doing well, sir. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Hey, do you remember back in 1994, the president of the United States was Bill Clinton? You remember Bill Clinton?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember who the vice president was?
Yeah, it was Al Gore.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. See if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who makes federal laws? Who makes federal laws? Who are the lawmakers?
The Democrats?
Well,
no, I'm sorry. The legislative branch, the House and the Senate.
That is correct, sir. It is the House and the Senate. All right, you got a bachelor's degree. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. In 1863, the Battle of Gettysburg was fought. 51,000 people died in the Battle of Gettysburg. That was a turning point in what war?
The Civil War.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a master's degree. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. In 1987, Ronald Reagan in Berlin challenged Mikhail Gorbachev to do what?
Tear down this wall.
That is correct, sir. You got it.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that was great.
Does that sound like
No, not really. But you were right. That's all that matters. You were right all along, I might say. You got a PhD today on Drew's College, so very impressive, Mike. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Man, a few words. Thank you, and there he goes. All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. DrewSteele.com is the website if you want to watch. All right, coming up, what did Bill Maher say? America's becoming segregated again? Guess who he blames for that? And I'll give you a hint. It's not Republicans or conservatives. Talk about that coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I'm an interior designer and I trust Rock Solid.
If you're looking for just the right countertops for your home, the choice is simple. Rock Solid.
I'm a contractor and I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
See why homeowners and contractors choose Rock Solid for the finest countertops. Now with our newly expanded showroom, making your home improvement experience even better.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 JNC Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Everyone is watching how their brackets are playing out during March Madness on Wink TV, except Dish Network subscribers. Dish has locked their subscribers out from watching the NCAA playoffs on Wink. Subscribers no longer have all of the programming they pay for. Don't get caught playing games with Dish. You can watch the games on all the other TV providers. Take action now to watch your favorite teams, Wink News, and CBS.
And Trump says, calling the situation at the border with a surge of migrants a national disaster, urging President Biden to bring back his proven policies while calling Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas TV appearances on Sunday a disgrace. Mayorkas told Fox
to suggest that the prior administration handled the needs of children in a humane way is just false.
President Biden is planning to get a closer look. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more live.
Dave, the president says he'll visit the southern border at some point as his administration faces growing pressure to stem a wave of unaccompanied children from coming to the U.S. The president said Sunday the situation is temporary, while immigration policies are changed.
Making sure that we reestablish what existed before, which was they can stay in place and make their case from their home country.
President Biden saying his administration is working to reestablish a system for migrants to apply for asylum from their home countries. Dave?
Rachel, spring break is a rave in Miami Beach.
The crowd is amazing. We're having a blast.
But to city officials, it's too big and rowdy without masks or distancing.
Miami Beach cops enforced the curfew for the second straight night. Police from different agencies directed the crowd away. The wave of partiers flowed off of Ocean Drive. But just before this, the party looked wild as ever.
That's Sheldon Fox with WSVN TV. That weekend curfew is now extended through April 12th. The federal prosecutor who had led the probe into January's deadly Capitol attacks tells CBS there things are trending toward charging some of the accused rioters with sedition and aimed at overthrowing government. And AstraZeneca has an update on its COVID vaccine, approved in more than 50 countries, but not here yet. Testing in the U.S. found it's 79% effective against COVID. America's listening to Fox News.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is still at a creep and crawl on Bayshore Road from a crash just in front of Love's gas station. They were blocking this off to get onto the interstate. Now we are back working our way, trying to get up to speed, but not there yet. So to avoid this, you can stick to Palm Beach Boulevard. There's also a crash at Burnt Store and Tropicana Parkway. No longer delaying traffic, but there is a tow truck with this vehicle off to the side of the road, so really make sure to watch that speed heading northbound. Also, commuters in Lehigh Acres. We are unusually slow at a creep and crawl on Lee Boulevard, heading westbound towards Alvin. You can avoid this if you hop on Leonard or State Road 82. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We have another day with temperatures in the 70s this afternoon, but that comes with the opportunity for cloud cover off and on for much of our morning until we do get some peaks of sunshine by the second half of your day. Now, the clouds begin to clear out as early as tomorrow as we really notice a significant warming trend as we could see our first 90-degree day by later on this week with no rain in our local forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
Hey, have you heard about a conservative project launching from Southwest Florida? It's called the American Spirit Movement. Now, if you haven't, you're going to want to hear about this. Kevin, owns and operates EMCO of Bonita Springs. They put together an amazing team of local conservatives, and they're going to be introducing this project called the American Spirit Movement at the Estero Republican Club on Tuesday, March 23rd, inside the Estero Rec Center. Now, the American Spirit Movement is building a marketplace where conservatives can seek and support each each other in the areas of commerce, employment, business networking, idea sharing, and more, so we can help each other as well as strengthen and expand the conservative movement throughout America. Now, if you want to learn more about what the American Spirit Movement is doing, show up no later than 5:45 p.m. at the Estero Republican Club in the Estero Rec Center. The address is 9200 Corkscrew Palms Boulevard. The Rec Center is located inside the Estero Community Park. So learn more about what the American Spirit Movement is doing. A marketplace for conservatives, yes. Find out more, 5:45 p.m. at the Estero Republican Club, Tuesday, March 23rd, inside the Estero Rec Center. We'll see you there.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, what is that beautiful SUV? I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, how much does it cost? I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines and rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. New 2021 Genesis G70s have 0% financing and 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. And we have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months of $0 per month per 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America.
NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live on the website, drewsteele.com. Steele has 3 E's. Boy, it is a beautiful, well-crafted website. Jake just threw together this website. It's simple. It's about as basic as it can be. And it's good that way because it works like an app. So you can watch on your smartphone, your smart device. You can even watch on your computer. And you can still go to Facebook if you want, at Drew Steele Radio. That's fine. You can go there. Lots of comments and reactions coming in on our stream, which we always love to see, and thank you for watching. There's some interesting questions that some U.S. soldiers have been asking. I don't know if they're allowed to openly ask this question, but they are questioning why Black Lives Matter riots weren't treated like capital, quote, insurrection. What's the difference? People are questioning that lately, and we're going to get to that in just a second. Also, the liberal Bill Maher, who every once in a while says something that says, hey, maybe he's coming around to me. No, he's not coming around to being a conservative or anything like that. He's got some questions on the push for equity instead of equality. He says, quote, that's a stupid world I don't want to live in. And then also makes mention of the country being segregated again, and he blames leftists. You'll hear the audio, and we'll talk more about that coming up in just a second. But do you know who Rick Moranis is? Jake the Millennial, do you have any idea who if I say Rick Moranis, oh, you know Rick Moranis, right? Who's that guy?
No clue.
You have no clue who Rick Moranis is. Not in the least? Maybe if I mention some movies, you might?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. What's a Rick Moranis? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Okay. The dad in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? That's Rick Moranis. in, let's see, did you like Ghostbusters? Why are you looking at me like that?
There was another movie that he was in that I watched as a kid that I'm trying to remember.
Ghostbusters. Remember Ghostbusters?
Yes.
How old were you when Ghostbusters came out? Do you remember?
What year was it? What year did it come out?
1980.
I wasn't alive.
Okay, you weren't alive. So when you were a kid and you were like, what's Ghostbusters? They're like, oh, check this out. He was, I don't know how to explain Rick Moranis from Ghostbusters. I don't know. I don't remember the character. But anyway, Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis is in the news right now because the FBI posted a photo of a Capitol riot suspect who looks just like Rick Moranis. Honey, I stormed the Capitol. This is the New York Post. Film star Rick Moranis, who was trending on Twitter Sunday after the FBI posted a photo of a different man who allegedly participated in the January 6th Capitol riot and bears some resemblance to the actor in his heyday. You can help the hashtag FBI identify individuals involved in the January 6th violence at the U.S. Capitol. If you recognize this person, reference photo 268 in your tip. And there he is. Got the glasses. He's got some. He's wearing a helmet. I don't know what it is. It looks like a baseball helmet that was sprayed like with this with gray paint. I don't know. But anyway. Rick Moranis was in Spaceballs. Okay. And he had that giant helmet-wearing parody of Darth Vader called the Dark Helmet. Well, he's kind of wearing a helmet that's just like that. Almost as if the person knows that he looks like him and wore the helmet anyway, as a joke. You know, the way that insurrectionists would do. You know, if they were going to be insurrectionizing at the Capitol, they would wear. They would have a guy come in who looks like Rick Moranis, who would wear a helmet like Darth Vader from the movie there. That Spaceballs, you know, that kind of thing. Because that's what you do when you have a serious insurrection against the country. Said nobody ever. But I digress. But there, interestingly enough, in that story, there is Zero Hedge who had the story about soldiers from every echelon of the U.S. Capitol. The U.S. military have been openly questioning why is it that last year, when there was violence, BLM, Antifa, why is it that last year's violent BLM and Antifa riots were treated like the January 6th Capitol riot, a comparison which has flown sideways of the military's top enlisted leader? In a Thursday briefing at the Pentagon, Master Sergeant Colon Lopez told reporters that some troops have asked, how come you're not looking at the situation that was going on in Seattle prior to January 6th? Every echelon has been talking about this. According to military.com, he told reporters that he's concerned about the way that some people are looking at the current environment and why leadership's view is so disproportionate between the two. Why is it going on with the January 6th riots and all the things that are happening? Why is leadership so focused, laser focused, if you will, on that? And yet when Black Lives Matter, Antifa were rioting last year over the summer, and even in Seattle, going after federal buildings in Portland, not just a couple of times, but even recently, it's like, nothing to see here, move along. They're questioning it. That's not us. It's not you. So that has come up recently. I thought that was interesting. What about that? Well, we can't talk about that. We need to focus on what the Biden administration is doing, because really it's about the good work that Joe Biden has been doing. Don't get me wrong, not the good work of going up and down staircases, because that's a whole other issue. But really, it's about the Biden administration, the most transparent administration in the history of transparency that dates way back to biblical times. That we see what's going on along our southern border, and clearly everything is just fine. I think there is no breakdown of any sort.
Judge, my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness.
It's his crisis, and that's what we're hearing about more and more. A lot of questions people have. CNN, how about that transparency? How are we doing with that? Are we all right there? Is everything Anything good?
Well, the Biden administration has promised its executive branch would be committed to transparency and accountability. But when it comes to the historic surge of migrants we are seeing at the southern border, Biden has come up short on that promise so far.
Really? How do you say?
Yesterday, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas and senators from both parties visited the border, but we don't have footage of that. Normally, a high-level delegation like that would be accompanied by members of the press, but not this time. This is the latest part of a pattern, the Biden administration restricting media access at the border. Journalists haven't been inside facilities holding these unaccompanied children. And Border Patrol agents have reportedly been restricted from sharing information with the media.
It's like, it's almost as if they've got something to hide. It's a strange turn of events. Now, do you honestly think that the media is doing this? I'm just putting it out there, 239-479-5592. Maybe you have a thought, an idea of why this is happening. Do you honestly think that the media is doing this or not doing this, if you will, because they know, just like everybody else knows, that 2022 is now. The election season is now. And they're concerned that, man, with what's going on along the border, there are way too many people that are seeing what's happening. The lack of transparency, you're messing it, you're ruining it. You're ruining what could be our good time. You're ruining everything. We may lose in 2022. We're trying to help you. Transparency could easily mean you finding a corner of a building in this little spot with certain things being airbrushed out. I don't know. I'm just suggesting maybe that's happening. Maybe it's not. It's not happening. But I'm just saying we'll find a spot where we can take a video where kids are just, they're separated and everything is fine. You can set it up for us if you want. We want to help you. We can't even put out the we can't even help to do some journalism. I can't even say it with a straight face. Journalism. We can't even help you, even if we wanted to. You're not even giving us the opportunity to do that. It's Jerry Maguire. It's help me, help you, help me, help you, helping me, or something like that, right? Wasn't that Jerry Maguire? Help me, help you, help me? No? What movie was that? Help me, help you, help me, help. 239-479-5592. I'm looking at the text line. Somebody will tell me. I thought that was Jerry Maguire that did that. Help me, help you, help me, help you. Anyway, they're not even giving us the opportunity to do it, is what they're saying. But just asking, why is this happening? It's almost like they're confused. Right? Martha Raddatz was like, DHS Secretary Mayorkas, give us some, help us understand all of this.
Mr. Secretary, I want to stop you there, and I want to know, if you've got this great plan, why will you not let the media in? I understand privacy concerns, but will you let them in today or this week?
Martha, it is not only privacy concerns. Let me be clear, we're in the midst of a pandemic.
We're in the midst of a pandemic. Don't ignore the fact that we had tested and found COVID positive illegals and we let them into the country. Forget that. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We've got to focus everybody.
We're talking about a crowded Border Patrol station where we are focused on operations. At the same time, and let me assure you that we are working on a plan to provide access so that people could see what is going on in a Border Patrol station.
Who, when, where? We're providing, I love this, we're providing access. And Martha Raddatz is like, I just asked you the question, why aren't you providing us access and transparency? And he's like, no, we are. Oh, okay.
And I would encourage people to also see a Department of Health and Human Services facility where the children are sheltered and where they belong and where we are moving them to.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine, Martha. Will you stop? Relax. We've got this. Don't you remember Orange Man Bad? He did this. It's his fault. He's the problem. Yeah, you can't keep doing that for too long. They're trying. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk more about this and get to your calls. Also, I want to play that audio from Bill Maher where he said that America is becoming segregated again. Leftists are to blame. But there's even more to this interview that he did with Barack Obama's former 2012 campaign worker and somebody who's a big progressive, has data science to show a couple of things that you need to hear. Quite an interview. So you hear that coming up on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is still at a creep and crawl on Bayshore Road from a crash just in front of Love's gas station. They were blocking this off to get onto the interstate. Now we are back working our way, trying to get up to speed, but not there yet. So to avoid this, you can stick to Palm Beach Boulevard. There's also a crash at Burnt Store and Tropicana Parkway. No longer delaying traffic, but there is a tow truck with this vehicle off to the side of the road, so really make sure to watch that speed heading northbound. Also, commuters in Lehigh Acres. We are unusually slow at a creep and crawl on Lee Boulevard, heading westbound towards Alvin. You can avoid this if you hop on Leonard or State Road 82. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are seeing a cooler start, but temperatures will warm this afternoon into the 70s across Southwest Florida. You will notice those clouds lingering off and on for much of the morning and early afternoon, but eventually we do get a few peaks of sunshine. Later on this week, though, a big warm-up will be underway. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, doctor. So how are you feeling?
With Millennium Physician Group's telehealth service, MPG Connect, be seen by your Millennium healthcare provider in the comfort of your home from your computer, smartphone, or tablet.
So good to see you.
Call your Millennium doctor's office or 844-CALL-MPG to request a virtual visit with the care team who knows you best.
I'll talk to you soon.
Millennium's telehealth service, MPG Connect. Your doctor, your device, your connection to a healthier life.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. D'Amico. One of the most common questions I get is, how do we make a denture in a few days when other offices take a few months? Well, I have a denture lab on site. This allows us to create a custom denture just for you. You approve the color, the shape, even the position of all the teeth before you take it home. Have you ever seen a horrible looking denture? Well, it wasn't made in my office. Did you know that most dental offices send their dentures out to be made in other countries like Costa Rica and even China? So call me, Dr. D'Amico, 234-5284. That's 234-5284. Do you need dental implants? If you need one implant or a mouthful of implants, don't just go to any dentist. Go to someone who performs implant surgery every day. Don't have your dental work done without a second opinion, especially implants and dentures. So call or visit our website to see our current specials, watch some informative videos, and even see before and after pictures of our current patients. So go to dentistofnaples.com. That's dentistofnaples.com. I'm Dr. D'Amico and I want to help. 234-5284.
License number DN15639.
Disarm the people. That is the best and most effective way to enslave them. This was the warning of the father of the Constitution and fourth President of the United States, James Madison. I'm Lori Roman, President of the American Constitutional Rights Union, and this is a Live Free Minute. The Founding Fathers put some strong words into the Second Amendment to the Constitution. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. After that run-in with the Redcoats, the founders were outspoken in their belief that the right to own firearms to defend oneself, family, and nation was sacred, and the difference between being a subject and a citizen. We ask you to join us in standing up for the Second Amendment, because without the right to protect ourselves, we can't live free. This Live Free Minute is brought to you by the American Constitutional Rights Union, a national nonprofit based in Naples, Florida. If you'd like to learn more about our work, visit livefreeminute.org. livefreeminute.org.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, DREWSTEELE. Steele has 3 E's, and we appreciate you watching. Man, it is so nice. It's been so nice over the weekend to get into March Madness. Of course, if your team lost or your bracket got busted, you're not as happy. But, man, it was just so nice to get back to sports, college sports, where you don't have to worry about the nonsense of politics, and you just get away from it. And it was so good to just see that. Oh, wait, this just in. You thought that NCAA basketball was going to get away from politics. It didn't happen. Georgetown, there's the team, Georgetown, taking a knee in unison for the anthem. There you go, looking at a picture there on Twitter. That is right. The entire Georgetown men's basketball team and the coach kneeled for the national anthem. Everything's fine. It's just, we're back. It's back, baby. We got away. What's the matter? What are you laughing at?
They lost by 23 points.
Yeah, and then they pretty much got blown out by Colorado, I guess. Sports Illustrated reporter Pat Ford posted a picture on Twitter depicting all of the players and coach Patrick Ewing demonstrating on the court with their arms linked. Yeah, they lost 96-73. But it's not, look, Georgetown, nothing new, certainly when it comes to the social justice and the wokeness there, repeatedly making headlines recently, exhibiting woke policies. Earlier in the month, the Jesuit school gave a sizable sum to a fund dedicated to racial reparations and more. But yeah, so you thought that it was going to be non-political. It was funny, yesterday, my father-in-law's birthday, and we're all there and hanging out, and he turned to me and he said, "Isn't it nice to talk about basketball, at least with the tournament and no politics?" I laughed, and I'm like, "You didn't see Georgetown, did you?" He said, "No, what happened?" I was like, "Look it up."
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Your home is more important now than ever before. So when your air conditioner needs maintenance, repair, or replacing, Conditioned Air wants to be your first and only call. The Florida weather can be challenging. When you have a cooling issue, our team is here to resolve it quickly and efficiently. You can be assured of honesty, respect, and our desire to exceed your expectations every single time, and we've been doing that since 1962. Conditioned Air, 1-888-COLD-AIR, or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
When you're running a business, you don't have time to worry about slow internet or confusing cybersecurity. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. You can add the advanced security of Comcast Business Security Edge to help eliminate threats. And enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing 24/7 support is just a phone call away. Get fast internet and advanced security made simple so you can bounce forward with Comcast Business. Help your business bounce forward with an amazing offer from Comcast Business. Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, ask how to add Comcast Business Security Edge. Call 1-800-501-6000 today to find out more. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay required. Security Edge available when added to Comcast Business Internet for additional monthly charge. Call for details.
Let Naples Shutter enhance your home's beauty and increase its value. From our legendary all-wood plantation shutters made right here in Naples for over 40 years, to luxurious blinds and shades, to the unique island appeal of Bahama shutters, Naples Shutter has you covered with a lifetime guarantee and over 40,000 satisfied customers. Call 239-566-8161 today for a free estimate. That's 239-566-8161 or visit naplesshutter.com.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples. With over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space, designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. A fourth coronavirus vaccine is progressing toward U.S. approval.
AstraZeneca says its COVID-19 vaccine is 79% effective, giving strong protection against sickness and eliminating hospitalizations and deaths across all age groups. The company says it found no increased risk of blood clots identified in Europe. AstraZeneca says it will continue to analyze the U.S. data before submitting it to the FDA in the coming weeks.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. AstraZeneca's vaccine is already approved for use in dozens of other countries. Thursday to Sunday night curfews extended for another 3 weeks in parts of Miami Beach, Florida, because of all the spring breakers in the city.
There is a curfew in effect from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. You are commanded to immediately and peacefully disperse.
Major roads into the city are being closed at night to non-residents. There have been more than 1,000 arrests reported in Miami Beach since spring break started. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is still slow on Bayshore Road if you're heading eastbound trying to get onto I-75 from the crash that happened in front of Love's gas station. So to avoid this, faster option, Palm Beach Boulevard. And Lehigh Acres at a creep and crawl on Lee Boulevard. If you're heading west of Gunnery, heading to Alvin, I would stick to Leonard or State Road 82. Also, a crash reported in Lehigh Acres at Williams Avenue and 5th Street, slowing traffic west on 5th. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We have another day with temperatures in the 70s this afternoon, but that comes with the opportunity for cloud cover off and on for much of our morning until we do get some peaks of sunshine by the second half of your day. Now, the clouds begin to clear out as early as tomorrow as we really notice a significant warming trend as we could see our first 90-degree day by later on this week with no rain in our local forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes, the official after-game party for the Red Sox spring training games. Go to any Stevie's location after the game and show your ticket for a free 10-ounce beer. And during March, register to win a pair of Red Sox spring training tickets from 100 being given away. At Stevie's, we strive for excellence with our values, service, and food. I guarantee it. Stop by in Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. Come, and register for your Red Sox tickets today. Stevie Tomatoes is the working and retired person's country club. For all of you have made and continue to make this country great. So come relax, enjoy quality food in a casual atmosphere. Check out our brisket short ribs burger, Chicago pizza, wings, fish fries, and ribs. And we love Fridays, so we celebrate with happy hour all day.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, what is that beautiful SUV? I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, how much does it cost? I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. New 2021 Genesis G70s have 0% financing and 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. And we have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month per $1,000 finance. No down payment required.
Trust
trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Everyone is watching how their brackets are playing out during March Madness on Wink TV, except Dish Network subscribers. Dish has locked their subscribers out from watching the NCAA playoffs on Wink. Subscribers no longer have all of the programming they pay for. Don't get caught playing games with Dish. You can watch the games on all the other TV providers. Take action now to watch your favorite teams, Wink News, and CBS.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America. NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592. Anything you want to talk about, if you would like to call to finish out the program, we do the thing. If you would like to... whatever's on your mind. 239-479-5592. You could even, in the comments and reaction section of drewsteele.com, the website, the place where you can go to watch the program, Steele with 3 E's. We'll get to your calls and your comments and reactions coming up in just a second. First, the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5. The vaccine passport is a terrible idea. We are definitely not going to require anything from the state's perspective. That is totally off the table.
Totally off the table. Somehow, some way, I guess the discussion about vaccine passports came up in Tallahassee, and the governor, Ron DeSantis, is like, yeah, you want a state mandate for vaccine passports to travel here in the state? Yeah, it's not happening in the state of Florida. Sorry, it's totally off the table. And good for the governor for saying that.
Number 4.
Thank you, press. Thank you. No, thank you, press. Thank you. Thank you, press. Thank you.
历史规则里，对中国采取卡脖式的办法来打压的办法，最后受损失的是自己。
Yeah, if you're wondering what that was and you didn't understand, you weren't sure what was happening, that was off camera. Off camera, the U.S. and China talks in Alaska. You know, the first day they were on camera with Secretary Blinken and the CCP members, the Chinese Communist Party members there, all talking about what they were going to discuss with the two countries and how the United States got called out by the CCP members. And so behind the scenes, if you didn't understand what was happening there, just in case you're worried, you should be. So while they're sitting there off camera, in an off-camera meeting, the CCP member says, Why is the U.S. afraid of the presence of reporters? You don't need to be afraid of the presence of reporters, do you? Don't you believe in democracy? You should give China the right to make 2 rounds of speeches, just like the United States did. History is going to prove that if you use cutthroat competition to suppress China, that you'll be the one to suffer in the end. This is what's happening now, even behind the scenes, where China is making it known to this administration, that they're not worried about Joe Biden. They're not worried about this administration. I'm just saying it's not a good look, everybody.
Number 3. Would you have tried to do this when Donald Trump was president?
Definitely not. Definitely. We had the chance, the same violence that is going on today was there last year. We used to watch the news, and I definitely won't do this.
So did you come here because Joe Biden was elected president?
Basically.
This is ABC. This is Martha Raddatz. This isn't like a conservative news outlet or anybody like that. It is quite the contrary. ABC, Martha Raddatz, taking somebody to the side and saying, so you didn't come here during the Trump administration, right? You weren't making your way to the border. No, we weren't going to do that. We watch the news. We know what's going on. So then you watch the news and you're saying that this rush to the border is because of Joe Biden. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what they're all saying. Everybody knows this is Biden's border crisis.
Number 2.
Mr. Secretary, why not let reporters go to see what the conditions are at the camp in Midland? And is it true that more than 10% of the minors in Midland have tested positive, and in fact that more than 200 migrants in Brownsville tested positive for COVID and then were released?
Chris, the minors who are arriving and who are placed in the Department of Health and Human Services facilities are tested. They are all tested, isolated, and quarantined. Our COVID-19 protocols that are administered by the Department of Health and Human Services.
Let me just stop right there. Okay. He goes on for another 20 seconds and doesn't answer the question. So they're stopped, they're tested, they're quarantined. Okay, how long are they quarantined for? How long did they stay there in the facilities for? We didn't get the answer to the question. Why was it that these COVID positive minors, these illegals at the border, were let into the country? Why did you do it? We don't get an answer.
Number 1.
But we had it to a level that they say it has never been. We got rid of all sorts of things, including catch and release, all sorts of horrible things that we had to live with. We got rid, and they remain in Mexico. Right now, they're remaining in the United States, and they're never going to leave.
Lisa Booth has a podcast, and her first guest on her podcast was the former president, 45th president of the United States, Donald Trump. And one of the things he said during this podcast with Lisa Booth was what was going on along the border, and he's not very happy about what's happening. And as a matter of fact, what was left to the Biden administration before everything went down.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
And you heard some of it there. And again, turning the national triumph into a national disaster. They're in way over their heads, taking on water fasts, and handing the Biden administration the most secure border in history. All they had to do was keep this smooth running system on autopilot. That's what he said over the weekend in a statement as well, blaming the border crisis on Joe Biden, and so are a lot of other folks. Lots of questions there along the border. You've heard all the audio. And, again, as we talk about this crisis along the border, the Biden administration and what they are doing, and it's hard to deny, even the left in this country is having a hard time denying what's going on. I ask the simple question of all of you Democrats who watch DrewSteele.com, watch this program on my website, who are listening to the sound of my voice right now. I know you're listening because I see your emails, so I have no problem with that. I know you're listening. I see the texts. Across the country, I'm asking you this very, very simple question. You still think bigger government is better government? Do you still think that the only change productively that can be made is to take away the rights and the freedom of a citizenry that by our Constitution tells you what to do, federal government, as opposed to you telling us what to do. You understand that that's how we work. And somehow Democrats want it to be the other way around because that's the way we're going to get to a world in a better place. You're hearing all of this right now out of Martha Raddatz and ABC and some other networks that have been talking about the crisis along the border. There's no denying that there's a crisis right now. You're hearing over and over again about a DHS secretary that is claiming that there's transparency when the media is saying we don't have any. We can't get to see any of these facilities. We can't take video. We can't take pictures. We can't do anything. That's not transparency. You see this, and yet you still think that bigger government is better government? You think that the government is the answer? And that's not just my words. If you were listening to Bill Maher over the weekend, I know a lot of you don't, but that's why I'm here. You know, there were a couple of things that were discussed that made headlines. One of the big headlines that was made by Bill Maher over the weekend was that in this conversation with David Shore, who worked on President Obama's 2012 campaign, currently head of a data science website, nonprofit, a progressive one called Open Labs, that was making a couple of cases over the weekend with Bill Maher. And one of the big headlines out of this interview was Bill Maher saying this.
We seem to be entering an era of resegregation that's coming from the left. Mm-hmm. I mean, on many college campuses, there are separate dorms, separate black dorms, graduation ceremonies, stuff like that. How will that affect elections in the future?
You know, I think there's a great study in North Carolina that showed that, racially integrated schools make people more liberal. But, I think just to go back.
Wait, it's the racially integrated schools that makes them more liberal? Some people might say it's the curriculum, but I digress.
I think that the important thing is to just realize that most non-white voters are not liberal. They don't identify as liberal. We should take that really seriously. And I think that when realizing that most voters don't share our values.
Isn't that an important statement? That most voters don't share our values as liberals? Isn't that an important statement? They don't share our values. Let him finish.
Means that we should instead try to meet people where they are with the values that they actually hold, and that we should talk to them about issues that they care about.
So just talk to the people that are on our side. The rest of the people we just don't bother with. So then how do you suppose you're going to change the hearts and minds of individuals who don't agree with you if the only people you're going to talk to are those that do agree? Some might say the only way you would do it is to destroy democracy as we know it, to destroy capitalism as we know it, to destroy the country as we know it, and be the loudest voices, and in some cases the most powerful voices, and make it so that you don't have a choice. But then there was something else. And again, I go back to this idea that you liberals, you Democrats, for some reason, all the same thing. Listen, the Democrats, progressives, liberals, media, all the same. You're in the same boat. You're in the same basket. You seem to think that the Biden administration, even without transparency, even with letting COVID-positive illegals into the country, is not a problem? That you want more of that. You trust them. And this is what David Shore, again, this is a Democratic data scientist who's trying to make the case that more government is better government. And listen to this.
But the median voter doesn't share our values. Our values are weird and alien. If they had our values, they would be liberals. The only way Democrats historically won elections was by, talking about concrete issues that people agreed with us on. It's how Bill Clinton won. It's how, Barack Obama won. And, I think that was one of Joe Biden's strengths. But
what are these values you think the average voter doesn't share?
Yeah, what are these values that the average voter doesn't share? Listen to this.
Well, just to go back to the polling thing, social trust is a big one. Liberals actually trust government. They trust society. They really believe in positive sum change, and the...
Just stop. They believe in government. That's what I'm saying to you. That liberals believe in government. They think government is where change is going to happen. They really honestly believe that. So then what's your answer when you see a government like we have right now with the Biden administration, who a lot of people are saying...
Judge, my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness.
We'll put that aside. are really starting to question what they're doing along the southern border. What's your answer to that then? How do you answer a government that you suppose is going to make, oh, no, that's not a big deal. That doesn't matter. Ultimately, we want an open border. Ultimately, we want everybody to come across. Pandemic? Oh, don't you understand? No, we're out of the pandemic now. No, well, we're really not out of the pandemic, but we still want them to come across. Well, they're COVID positive, but we still want them. It's more about them being here because how are they going to get the help that they need unless they come to this country? And well, I know that if they're positive, that they could be bringing in a virus that we're trying to eliminate and eradicate so that we can get to some kind of normalcy back in this country. Do you see the pretzel that the left has to twist themselves into with what's going on along the border? But again, that doesn't matter. Because then what we're being told by David Shore is that really what it is about is social justice. And really what it's about is all of those important areas, right?
And the potential for positive some interaction, but also, racial resentment, attitudes toward gender, what kind of societies people want to live in, what kind of neighborhoods people want to live in. Liberals like to live in like exciting, tightly packed cities. From a personality perspective, All
right, so they want to live in tightly packed areas. They want to live in cities. But listen to this. This is another big one. This is another that is being called out. I mean, not called out. I'm calling it out. But is being described by David Shore, Democrat data scientist, liberal, big progressive. Listen to this. Again, talking about everybody else as opposed to the liberals in the big cities. Listen.
From a personality perspective, scientists like to study this 5-factor personality model. Openness to new experiences, useful word to know, is just this idea of how people respond to novel stimuli. And, it's highly correlated with liberalism. Some people, when they see something new and exciting, there's like a new ethnic restaurant or something, they get really excited and energized. But a lot of people, the majority of people, see novel stimuli and it drains them. It freaks them out. And
okay. Did you catch that? Again, listen again. This is crucial. This is critical. Listen.
When they see something new and exciting, there's like a new ethnic restaurant or something.
A new ethnic restaurant, right? There's a new ethnic restaurant. What does he say?
They get really excited and energized.
The liberals, they get excited. They're energized. A new ethnic restaurant. This is great, right? But
a lot of people, the majority of people.
The majority of people, that's the rest of, that's not the packed-in cities. No, that's not the liberals. That's everybody else. That's the majority of the country.
See novel stimuli and it drains them. It freaks them out.
It freaks them out. In other words, everybody, here's the Democrat data scientist that is letting you know that if you're not a liberal packed into these major metropolitan cities, then you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're a bigot, you're an istic, obic, whatever you want to say. You're out of touch. An ethnic restaurant in your town, whoo, does that scare you? Oh, I don't want to be near these people. Are you kidding? That's what he's saying. Is that you? Is that your family? People you know? I guess the bottom line here is that the left wants to get, and progressives will get whatever they want, and the only way that they can get it is not because they are with the rest of society and because everybody agrees with them. They know that they don't. So how do you get it? Seems like you get it by telling the country that everybody that's not like us is an istic or an obia. And the only way to solve that is to have people in government, a bigger government, a more responsible government, that will fix it. Because you need to be fixed. And even though we have a southern border that is out of control right now, there's a crisis and the media is starting to say that there's a problem here. We got a problem, everybody. They're willing to overlook that because the social ills are really where it is. It's bigger than that. And man, going back to what we talked about before, it certainly feels like there's more going on along the border. Like there is this idea that if, and this is not my words, this is people that talked to me over the weekend and something that I read, as a matter of fact, it's Zero Hedge provocative, you may say, but it's something to think about. man, why do you let people out to be released into this country, illegals to be released in this country, COVID positive, if you know there's a crisis when it comes to a pandemic that we're trying to stop in the country and globally, and yet you're going to not protect the citizens of the country but from a virus, but quite the opposite. Unless you feel like there's some benefit there in a sick, twisted way that people have said to me in a sick, twisted way. You talk about a great reset and getting rid of capitalism and changing the way that David Shore was just describing it. You know, liberals, you got to get on page with us. You're the rest of the country. You're out of whack. Man, the only way to do that is to have power and control. And the only way to continue to have power and control is by doing things that would allow you to have that. Like, we got an uptick in cases. You may have caused it on the southern border by doing this, but now it's here. We can't talk about that. We don't have time to talk about where it came from. Lockdowns are in order. Masking up is in order. Kids cannot go back to school, even in the state of Florida. We got to fix it. Do you see how crazy and twisted it can become? It's just a question. We're just asking. It's just something to talk about. I could be completely off base, but it's good to talk about. Because then why would you do this? Just asking. All right. 239-479-5592. We always appreciate your texts and your calls. And I know there was a bunch of people that called and I didn't get to you today. I promise I'll get to you tomorrow. Glenn Beck is next. Have a great day. Brittany Van Voorhees has our forecast for the remainder of the day.
Happy Monday, Southwest Florida. We are seeing a cooler start, but temperatures will warm this afternoon into the 70s across Southwest Florida.